When black people like me talk to the slaves, they didn't kill him. They sent some old house Negro along behind him to undo what he said. You have to read the history of slavery to understand this. There were two kinds of Negroes. There was that old house Negro and the field Negro. And the house Negro always looked out for his master.
Yeah, this that sacrilegious blasphemy. Revolutionary speech to make them blasphemy. And I put it all on the line to see my people free. Even if it leads to Roman legions crucifying me. Yeah, this that sacrilegious blasphemy. Revolutionary speech to make them blasphemy. And I put it all on the line to see my people free. Even if it leads to Roman legions crucifying me. Blood diamonds in our veins, so we breathe green. Every nigga's a potential donor for a small fee. Over the years I gave my blood, my sweat and tears. Upright, independent, and fearless, and it's all clear. They wanna see me on my knees with my hands out, but I refuse to be a pickaninny chasing clout. Your favorite rapper, honor master, he's a faithful slave. Phallus worshiping pagan rights for minimum wage. And I say the things that these house niggas wanna say. Can't cancel me cause I'm the culture, watch me lead the way. My footprints are clearly cut cause I'm a big stepper. I leave eternal landmarks, therefore I live forever. My Moorish ties can never be severed. Medieval demons plot to earn acceptance, and I don't have to get ready because I stay ready. Recite these banishing rituals, these are my confessions. And I got a 7-day theory like Machiavelli. Yeah, that sacrilegious blasphemy. Revolutionary speech to make them blasphemy. And I put it all on the line to see my people free. Even if it leads to Roman legions crucifying me. Yeah, this that sacrilegious blasphemy. Revolutionary speech to make them blasphemy. And I put it all on the line to see my people free. Even if it leads to Roman legions crucifying me. Freedom of speech, just watch what you say. Them devils look for excuses to exercise they hate. Then soundbite manipulation justify the case. A pig's only agenda is to control our fate. So many snakes and I miss silent hissing like Judas. Filled in malice and greed, but still I see through them. And I can see it in their eyes, they pray for my demise. A crown of thorns upon my head, but yet I hold it high. And I walk with purpose and pride in every step I stride, cause I made a vow to the ancestors to ride or die. So without a burden of many spirits and lost souls, held captive within the struggle as I unfold. Behold the stripes on my back, look at my broken flesh. I'm speaking truth to power into my last breath. I hear true legends never die, and now I'm legendary. And I live forever through these lyrics even when I'm buried. Yeah, this that sacrilegious blasphemy. Revolutionary speech to make them blasphemy. And I put it all on the line to see my people free. Even if it leads to Roman legions crucifying me. Yeah, this that sacrilegious blasphemy. Revolutionary speech to make them blasphemy. And I put it all on the line to see my people free. Even if it leads to Roman legions crucifying me. Yeah, this that sacrilegious blasphemy. Revolutionary speech to make them blasphemy. And I put it all on the line to see my people free. Even if it leads to Roman legions crucifying me. Yeah, this that sacrilegious blasphemy. Revolutionary speech to make them blasphemy. And I put it all on the line to see my people free. Even if it leads to Roman legions crucifying me.
Yeah! Kemetian Beheads. Go check that out, man. Go get his music. Subscribe to his channel, man. The Lions Den champion in the building. Kemetian Beheads. He been on the break, but now he's back. And I'm proud of you, man. You finally got to do your demonstration. Got to do your measure without uninterrupted. Because you tried that over there before. You tried it over there before and it was interrupted. And finally, you got to do it with nobody being biased. So, hey, Sanada, I appreciate what you did tonight. That's how you host this show. That's how you host the show, Sanada. You get respect when respect is due, and you did my brother good tonight. And when the distractors came in, like Reggie, you had to check Reggie. So gratitude. But this ain't about uh my opinion. This is about the facts and the information that the brother, the Lions Den champion commission brought out tonight on Sonetta. And Reggie tried to come in and be a distraction. Reggie, you got to stop being jealous of Jabari and Reggie and Black Jesus Minister. People like that, bro. You're Larry Holmes. You're old and you washed up because you even said, I'm 57 years old. I don't debate anymore. Okay. If that's what you're saying, you cannot come on people's when they get done with their show and try to critique them because they're going to challenge you. We don't want to hear that excuse no more, bro. You ran from me. And y'all notice Reggie don't come on that platform no more and say the Greeks wrote our Bible. I shut that shit down in the Tahuti debate. Tahuti was just a casualty of the war because that was supposed to be in your debate, Reggie. And then they sent Chris Harrison after Reggie punked out. And Chris Harris, I said, he called me, him and Sonata called me, right? And I said, yeah, I'm still taking on anybody. Chris said, well, I'll be a Huckleberry. The hell was a Huckleberry, brother? Okay, brother, we can do this tomorrow. Well, tomorrow? Tomorrow? We get that on tape. I can't do it tomorrow. No, you're going to do it tomorrow. But anyway, man, we just showing us how these guys run their mouth and then run from debates. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the panel, starting with the queen in the building, Sister Karima. We want to make things tick-tock around here. You know, the technical support behind the scenes. You know, the rapper, the organizer. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Queen.
To the panel. That's what's up. Thanks for the introduction. Shalom to the chat. I see you out there watching.
Mm-hmm. Peace to the chat. Now,
peace to you, Karima.
Peace. I think he backed out.
Oh, he dropped off?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if he come back in here real quick.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, as always, you know, we like to rise upon the seven and give all praises to the great God, you know, whom we call Allah, you know, whom we also honor, you know, by all of the other affiliations that we know him by. You know, we acknowledge him as Yahweh, Yahuwah. You know, however you want to pronounce it, we know what you mean. That's all we saying. We ain't got to get into the political aspects of it, but we honor the Most High, you know, however he makes himself known. You know, honors to our holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, prophet of the Moorish Americans, and all 60 million of our people. Little do they know it. And I come forth with a measure and being a man of no reputation, so to speak. You know, and this is special drawing. We just want to expose, man, how you have individuals that like to try to dilute, you know, a good measure that we bring on the manifest. And I'm talking to this guy, Reggie, and I'm doing this because he won't get in the ring. But every time he see me demonstrating the measure, we want to give honor to Sarnetta, like the brother Judah was saying as well, you know, for one's basically exposing Reggie. You know what I mean? Allowing him to be exposed. Because he's been sitting up there for years, running around here trying to make people believe that he teaching Metal Netta. You know, that he the Metal Netta master teacher and trying to critique everybody else that come up here demonstrating certain measures. And then he come in my measure, don't even know what's going on, like they say, all up in the Kool-Aid and don't even know the flavor. You see, he jump up in this demonstration. I want to know the definition of what you mean when you say those words. you know, and all that foolishness. And
Is
I'm
that
like,
how you talk, Commission? Is that how you talk?
exactly how he talk, you know, and I'm like, bro,
Show son, never. So ass
right.
down somewhere. Sit back in the fifth row, take notes, and listen. Because
And
Commission is the new Kemetic teacher on the planet right now.
you know,
With his logic and reason to understand. I'm not just saying that because he's over here with us. I'm saying because of the information. And
yeah,
that goes out for all y'all over there, man. The truth is coming out of this brother. He's not going by E. Wallace Budge, Champollion. He's not going by these characters. He's trying to do comparative studies. He's not he's deciphering what you say the Coptic.
yeah. Well, we done to date. If they go to my channel, they gonna see, bro. Like I got a whole catalog on teaching first the Arabic, because you know they say everything's supposed to originate and fell into the Arabic as the last language, you know, in Egypt. And so I taught in my channel. If you go, you're gonna see where I taught Arabic. You know, then we go through the Coptic, because Coptic came before that, or the Hecoptic is what we call it. We actually get a proper names of it. Then before that, it was what they call Demotic, but that's really called the rate. That's actually called the second Insha. And then Hieratic, which we just came out of, that is known as the Ray in Kemet, you know, in the Egyptian language. And so then you have what they call Metal Netta, which really deal with metaphysics. And ain't got nothing to do with the way that Dr. Reggie and them been pushing it off. And so my measure tonight was really a universal measure, which I told them that this is teaching you exactly what we teach. You ain't got nothing to do with it. You can disagree with it. It's all good, you know, but he comes in to divert the attention of the people from the measure that everybody loves, you
Yep.
know, showing unity and peace, you know, and diluted the whole demonstration. That's disrespectful. You see, went
He
a
didn't do
whole hour.
he didn't do nothing, bro. Trust and believe.
Well,
He got shut
right,
down.
right. You know, in all actuality, yeah, he didn't. But it's just the fact that he went on a whole hour and 30 minutes. You know, and this is thing I want to debunk this lie. Because the
Damn, he was
first
on.
thing,
Hey, hold on, family. He was on what hour and 30 minutes of your show. Remember, I
yeah,
went back to work. Then I came
yeah,
back on. Y'all still was on. So
that's what I'm
y'all
telling
would
you.
have still been on if he would even came on the hour and 30 minutes.
Bro, we didn't get a chance to go to another caller, bro.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was other people calling in, and that's what I'm saying. And then
Acting like he won't smoke, and he really don't,
yeah,
man.
and then I'm like, bro, why don't you just set up a presentation? Let's go back and forth. You know, I don't want to do that. And like, well, why you up here on my show then? You know? And
But
so I seen
but
it
show
because
where he couldn't read the language.
that's what I'm finna show right now.
yes.
But
Reggie,
my whole
bro.
thing is this right here. Every show, I want to make this point. Every show that I done did, Reggie done came in here and did that. And every time I done spanked him. Every time he came in there. So what I'm gonna do, I want to show this because this is important. Cause first thing he was hollering, Judah, is the Moors enslaved, you know, the Africans. He keep telling that lie. You understand? And so this is just in my entry of where I'm going. On the same thing we talking about, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I ain't even going back over this no more after this. You know, for the people that don't know, family, the Moors, as you see them now, people want to know where they're at. They in Mauritania, family. And I ain't doing nothing but just showing you a few reflections of them. They being enslaved over there now. So he real disingenuous when he go to trying to say the Moors are enslaved our people. They right there being enslaved. Do you see that? The state of slavery in Mauritania. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on with the real Moors in Mauritania. We ain't talking about no Arabs in Morocco. The Arabs in Morocco, the one that took part in the enslavement of these brothers. These our people over there. You know what I mean? So Reggie a liar. And he disingenuous. You see, the Mauritanians are the real Moors. That's over there today, bro. And they ain't never enslaved no Africans. So stop lying, Reggie. Because that's one of the main beefs he tried to come up with. But I'm gonna let our family on their own time dig deeper into that right there. You see what I'm saying? This ain't got nothing to do with our people enslaving our people. This is Arabs in Morocco enslaving the Mauritanians. See the word Mari? That's the root word that it comes from. The Mauritanian region is what the Moors founded. So he need to get his history right. So let me get into this measure right here. We're gonna let you hear what this cat right here, has put out here. And I'm gonna tell you, he definitely an agent provocateur. He working for them European, trying to push Eurocentric science on our people under the guise of being a master scholar, and then going against all our scholars. So let me open this up real quick.
He's a walking contradiction, you ask me.
That's exactly what he is. I'm gonna let you hear how he cut into my measure, right? Look at this. And we give honors to Yasa. So we just exposing this cat. Look at this here. Look at this here. Where it's at right here. Okay, there we go. There we go, right there. Listen to this now.
I want to say this first, brother. If you're gonna come on here, we got Kemetian Adept in here, one of the House of Consciousness members. And if you're gonna challenge him on anything, be man enough to come to the plate. If Kemetian say, brother, do you want to have this discussion? Because I noticed what you've been doing lately is coming in, dropping bombs, and then you run. And then you run and don't want to come to the plate and get in the ring.
See that?
You got the floor.
You see what he said? Ain't that what he been doing, Judah?
He do that all the time, bro.
He
run from every champion over here at the Lions Den. That's what he did.
What'd you say?
I said he run from every champion over here at the Lions Den. He run his lip, then he run his feet. He's not going to get in the ring with anybody.
Run, Forrest, run.
And so now he may be a House of Conscious member, but he's a Lions Den champion over here. Why don't you put your champion Napar against Kemetian? Championship against championship. We taking all the gold, bro. Stop it. That's how to love and respect, bro.
And peace of Apostle. Just a couple of quick questions. So you put up a bunch of so-called Egyptian terms. Are those transliterations? What are those terms that you put up, like who and Sia and all those terms? Are those transliterations, or what are in fact are they?
Which term you referring to?
Any of the terms that you put up, any of those terms that you put up on your levels, are those Egyptian words or transliterations, or what are they? I'm just asking a question. What are they?
Any of the terms that
those terms.
Transliterations.
Yeah,
I put the circle 7 up here, right? And then I gave you the interpretation from the teachings of our brother.
No, those Egyptian words.
Listen to what I'm saying.
No, the Egyptian words.
Hey, Kareem, stop the tape real quick. Stop.
That's
Stop real quick.
So you see that?
Yeah. Go ahead, Kemetian, because I'm outside looking in. Reggie, you cannot come on this man. This is his show tonight. You cannot come over here demanding that he had to answer all your questions. You can't do that, bro. Now, you know you don't want to get in the ring with him because Kemetian called you out several times. I have called you out. Several people have called you out. And your excuse is that you're 57 years old, so why should you debate or whatever? Apostle 67 and still kicking ass and taking names later. So we don't want to hear that excuse, bro, especially when you're trying to come in here and belittle somebody's information.
Yeah, he like to throw rocks and hide his hand. But see, if you notice, he asked me a question, and while I'm trying to answer, he's trying to talk over me. Watch this.
Right.
I showed you those teachings in comparison to our teachings in more science.
All right. Okay. So transliterations or conventions of what we can best get out of language. So we don't know how to actually make those sounds. We make convention. So
let me stop right there. You see how hypocritical this dude is? He'll tell you that he know metal netta because he go and look at a transliteration. And then he'll go word by word with that European transliteration now. and then say, okay, this mean that, and this mean that, and this means or that mean life on the European translation now. But now he's over here talking about transliterations and how they are manipulated and so forth and so on. Like, how
Right.
you gonna move the goalpost like that, bro?
Right. I mean, one minute it's okay for him to use European
Right.
concept, and then the next minute he turned it out. Which one is it, Reggie? Y'all can't
Exactly.
have it both ways, bro.
Exactly, bro. Like, that don't make no sense, bro. Watch this.
So with that said, right? One of the ways in which we can test, is that we can see those transliterations and words in actual Egyptian text. Do you have Egyptian text where those words say what you say they say?
I got a text something to put up here right now. Hey, that you don't know nothing about Egypt. You seen Sarnetta shake his head at that dumb question that Reggie just asked. You seen that, right?
Yeah.
He like, here we go again. You know, I seen it. Because I knew you was so I seen the bull job. Look. And since you left the house of consciousness, I'm finna send you out in the worst way now, for real. I ain't gonna have no mercy on you. Now, since you get up there, I never told you. So now this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna move forward.
Yeah.
Hey, Reggie, be quiet, bro, so the brother can speak.
Question. I mean,
listen. Question, Reggie. I'm just telling you, I ain't gonna have no mercy on you. Though.
Okay, so let me just.
Reggie, you gotta let him answer you, brother. We gotta.
Well, I have. No, I gotta get the screen up so I can see what he's saying.
Yeah,
okay. So let me.
We want you to get this. I'm finna put the screen up right now. And if you can't,
why don't you drop a link for Reggie to come in?
If you can't transliterate this,
Reggie, you want the link to come in?
Mastermind.
No.
Okay.
He's scared. Anytime he come in.
If you can't read this, you ain't worthy of my answer. And I'm finna put it up here right now.
I would love to watch this.
And tell me what you identify.
Why don't you drop the link?
Instigate apostle.
Just give me 1 second.
Drop the link for Reggie to come in.
There we go, right?
No, I don't want to come in.
Now let me show you something. It's a reason why
I didn't want to come in, guys.
It's behind up. You see? Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something out there, people. This
Reggie getting beat up, y'all.
And most of our people don't know no better, family. They don't know no better. They've been out here trying to perpetrate like they teaching Kemet, right?
See, I'm telling you, y'all don't know Kamisi. He come across humble, man, but when y'all don't know this brother, man.
I had this locked.
Try to be humble, man.
I had this locked and loaded because I knew there was somebody that come in here to play with me. And I got a whole hold up, you know how much of this stuff I got over here, son? Like, I got all the package. I'm talking about on all these things that done so-called been translated.
No, but I asked a simple question.
Don't say nothing. No,
I asked a simple question. Those words that you put out.
Hey, stop real quick. Stop real quick, man. Just real quick.
See that?
Just real quick.
He trying to run.
What's wrong with this guy, man? You studied under the feet of Dr. Ben and shined his penny loafers and make sure he had a shiny penny of them in him every day.
But he didn't teach him this.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope Dr. Ben didn't teach him to act like this. You're not even listening, Reggie.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Watch
this.
We
ain't seen nothing yet, everybody.
Those words you put out in Egyptian text. Now, I don't be hieratic.
Look. Sodom pulled the bed out. You know what I'm saying? Look.
No, I heard you speak. I'm just asking you a question.
Reggie, you gotta let the brother finish, man, and then you can go.
Let him
go. Reggie, cut it out.
Trust me, I'm gonna listen to you. But before you ask me them questions, every paper in Kemet, folks, and I want y'all to see this. Y'all finna learn something. This is the original paper that these teachings were written in. Most of these transliterations and translations, right? This is what the European created from what I just showed you. Now ask yourself the question. If this was created later, this was first, then why ain't Reggie teaching you this?
Right.
Why ain't those who so-called study in the Kemetic teaching you hieratic? Because he don't know. Now, Reggie, what I asked
Get
you,
him, Chad.
question. Transliterate that right there, since you know.
You're right.
Just a portion. Just
Yeah.
one part of it. Can you transliterate that right there?
Let's go, Reggie.
I got the hieratic breakdown to help you if you need some assistance. But can you transliterate that right? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Here's a question, right?
I know question. Hold on, stop real quick. Stop. Come on, we gotta stop. No, ain't no question. My
Man.
Dr. Reggie.
Oh, it's gonna get crazy.
No, but wait, why you telling you the I mean, what's wrong with him, man? Why you gotta ask a question?
He trying to still ask me on the degrees that I gave him from, our mystery system, so to speak. How can you find those in Pamper? He know that them names exist in Pamper, bro. You see what I'm saying? So he really trying to divert the attention from the question that I'm asking him.
But you don't have a mystery system when you out here teaching it to the public, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I was telling that guy. I'm like, what I'm teaching, most people will be saying. I was telling that through the whole measure.
I already know.
Why are you teaching that to the public? You know what I mean? So we don't hold secrets over here. We keep it sacred. We ain't got to hide the truth from our people. We ain't into that. You feel me? That's what a hierophant is. A hierophant reveals secrets.
Commission adapt hierophant.
That's what it means. It's a reveal of the secrets, bro, and esoteric truths and all that, metaphysics, everything.
Bro, boy, here's my question. Can you translate anything? No. Okay. So I'm not good at translating hieratic.
What?
So I'm not good at.
Wait a minute, man.
Listen what I'm telling you.
Wait a minute.
Reggie, you've been parading yourself, you and Garfield running around talking about how Jabari can't read the metal lecture.
Right.
And you are being challenged with the brother right here to tell you, to ask you to read this.
And he can't.
You can't read it, Reggie. Please don't let me down by doing this, Reggie.
Yeah, he let you down, bro.
Reggie, show the world that you know how to read this metal lecture, brother. Come on.
Look, Reggie. Look.
So hieratic, I am not an expert on, right? I am not an expert.
Wait a minute. What did he say? But you a metal master teacher now. In all your 50 years, you ain't never studied hieratic.
No, he's 59.
59?
Yeah, he's 59.
Yeah, but you still ain't seen hieratic. In 59 years of your so-called metal, you say you were teaching it since you was a young whippersnapper.
You old and washed up like Larry Holmes, bro.
Bro, he's
let these new brothers, let these young brothers come in and teach. You mad because Commission 42 and no more than you?
He's a scammer, man. He's a scammer. You know what I mean? And I can point out plenty of alphabets in there, and they gonna come back just like I say they is. And I'm gonna do it in a few minutes too.
Hey, I'm reaching out to my house, man. Go ahead.
This is hieratic. So I never said that I'm expert on hieratic.
Oh, so you could break down the Europeans breakdown.
The original. It's soft stuck. He said you can break down the European version. Hey,
hieratic is letter writing, right? Hieratic is letter writing, so it's more scribal. So it's actually more scribal.
Yeah, but wouldn't you consider this to be the original writings, though?
Right, original writing.
That's more shorthand. It's actually more shorthand of the.
Okay, stop there. Okay, no. He said something. Now, Commission. Now I got to be fair. Is that shorthand,
bro? Ain't no such thing as writing in shorthand when it comes to the original language, bro.
Right.
Now, what he failed to realize, I'm gonna tell you what he confusing this with.
Yeah, he confused.
He confusing this with what is called cursive hieroglyphs, and they are not the same.
Wow.
Cursive hieroglyphs and hieratic is not the same, bro.
Right.
Period.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
it's not. It's similar to metametric
You don't know.
because it translates. But Reggie done got exposed. Answer you.
Get him a
won't
pop.
Stop it. Don't make me expose
Yeah.
you.
No.
Don't you make
Yeah, no.
Reggie, you been exposed.
Yo. No.
You talking about some yo.
Anybody can pull up hieratic. Hieratic is hieratic is
When he was reading Hebrew, Reggie, you know you was reading that Hebrew backwards, right?
Get him a pop.
So let Reggie finish. Let him finish, brother. Don't say
He need to
that.
get beat up right now.
So let's just
Hey, so I didn't want to let it.
point.
So I
Right,
didn't
right.
want to let it
I'm
get away.
gonna go ahead on him.
Yeah,
He
he
wanna-
didn't want to get away.
I admitted
Read it, Reggie.
reading I'm not good at, right?
Look, he ain't good.
And Adele, what I asked you was
What you asking questions for? You can't even read.
you showed I would like to see any of that in the text of ancient Egypt, hieratic or metrometric. That's what I asked you to.
What in specific?
That's what I asked. That's what I asked you to do.
What in specific are you want to see? And I can show it to you. Which one? Which one of the slides? I know you remember one if you see.
Pull up. Let's pull up any of the slides where you list the degree, or where you list the degrees of the red, the red and the white. No, not the red and the white. You start with.
The problem with you, bro, is you mix it.
No, I don't have a problem. I don't.
Hold up. Let me stop you.
I don't have a.
Let me stop you, bro.
I don't have a problem. So
See,
what I'm
hold on, stop for 1 minute. Stop screaming. Stop for 1 minute. See,
I
this,
just-
China, you getting better. Now, this was good what you did tonight, but slow Reggie down a little bit. Maybe break out a 1 minute clock. Like Reggie, come on, bro.
Man, Soph finna go to whooping Reggie too.
I already know.
He exposes behind. And that's the crazy part about it. He's hard-headed though. I'm gonna show you something. Just looking at the I'm gonna show you what he was trying to speak on that he didn't have no knowledge of what he was
Not a
looking
damn clue.
This is what I was telling him, right? Now, common sense, Judah, you ain't even in the Kemet like that. And you know this was an asinine question that this dude asked me. Watch this. Let me pull it up. The actual one that he wanted me to. He talking about show him the I'm just going toward the slide real quick. Okay. I was actually going into the errors and all that right there. And then I went into the actual breakdown on the books. And this is the part after I went through the degrees right here. This is what it was. He talking about show him any of this in the Egyptian language. These terms here, bro. You know the word Amun is in Egyptian teaching, don't you? Don't you, Judah?
Yep.
You done seen that in plenty so-called translations, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Even the term Huhi is in Egypt. That's an Egyptian word. The word Heru Ami Abu, that's Egyptian words. Yeah, all of that is in the Egyptian dictionary, bro. I did that in my last presentation. We know Kim and Cam and and Tehudi. So what is he talking about? Show him them words in the Egyptian language. Judah, you don't even be in Kemet like that. And you know good well you done seen a lot of them words in some of them texts when you done seen the so-called colleges teaching it.
You already know. I take my studies beyond the Bible.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So these cats out here running around talking about, show me this. And even these words, these are whole breakdowns on the word. They come
Who
straight
is
up.
you to show anybody to when you ain't showed us nothing?
And that's what I was
outdated information, Reggie.
That's what I was saying, bro. That's exactly what I was saying. You know what I mean? So him seeing these things and me giving him these words by definition ain't got nothing to do with me breaking down the mystery system, because I'm telling you what everything means, degree by degree. So what are you talking about, bro? You feel me? What in the heck are you talking about?
And then he goes on Garfield channel real
Go
quick
ahead.
and disrespect his master teachers. That's why Sarnetta was disappointed in you, Reggie. Hey, Sarnetta, I vote that you kick him off the panel, man, because he's been a traitor to you 2 times. You would be a fool to bring Reggie back on your panel, Sarnetta. He traded you on Kemet on trial. That was your big shebang to go against.
Oh, he gonna get on him on that.
Hold on, watch this. Yeah, watch it. He traded on you on Kemet on trial, Sarnetta. Remember that? And gave, you said so assumed I wasn't there. Gave Nasi Ben Israel and the Israelites a way to fight against Kemet. That's what you said. That's the narrative. I don't know if it's true or not.
Oh,
and then the second time.
Yeah, he said that. So I'm gonna say that on here. He gonna tell him that. He
Right.
Gonna put all that out there.
All right, let's get it. Ready?
My thing is, you notice where Amun is the Egyptian. It's in the dictionaries of E. Wallace Budge and all. What it is, one thing you learn in looking at all these books, because there's so many different dictionaries they got out there. Some of them European choose to write, for example, the letter J in the place where the letter I is, and
right.
You know, it's based on who you're dealing with, you know. But if you know the language and what we call sound shifting, you already know the difference between the alphabets and so forth.
Yeah. I remember you were talking about that.
Right. So these particular names at the end of each one of these degrees represent what we call names of power. This is how you open up that particular degree. It ain't got nothing to do with all that other foolishness that he was talking about. That's why I say he came in there trying to divert the attention and don't even know what he's looking for.
He was jealous, bro. He's jealous of Jabari. He's jealous really of Garfield. He's jealous of everybody on there.
So he wanted
because he's old and outdated.
Right.
Reggie.
He wanted me to give him the origin of these degrees.
You ain't got to give him nothing. What you gonna bring to the table, Reggie?
Like, bro, what is the purpose of me going into that when I'm telling you what the degrees entail, bro? You know, I'm doing too much really by trying to give you this. It's going over your head. You see what I'm saying? So basically, he was trying to find out again these names, which we just proved they're in Kemetic language. Every last one of these, all on both sides. If I were to go, I can show you where it's at. You know, but that wasn't the key. He went and tried to remix this whole demonstration. Listen to him. Watch this.
Okay, let's check this guy.
I'm gonna go back to this guy again. Listen to him.
This guy's something else, yo.
Watch how far he go to try to.
I'm trying to ask you, good brother. No, you listen. I'm asking you the question. See, what you're trying to do is avoid. I am simply trying to source where you got it from.
You gotta miss.
I'm simply trying to source where you got it from.
Somewhere where you can't read.
First and foremost, I at that chamber, bro, ain't got nothing to do with teaching metal netta. Like how you even teaching that up? I'm showing you what our adept degrees is. Never once did I say them adept degrees.
But I want to know where you got the adept. I just want to know where you got the adept degrees from.
It's a straw man argument.
See,
just like
I asked you, if you're a strong man, I'm just simply saying, you're saying that what you're teaching is ancient Egyptian. And I'm just trying to say source where it is.
All right, stop. Commissioner, go ahead and respond to that.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing right there. He ain't understanding what I put out here. When I mention this, remember, look at the title. The Ancient Egyptian Roots of the Circle 7 and Third Heaven Adept Chamber. So in other words, that's what this measure is pertaining to. Right. So I went into the history of the Circle 7 already and showed you how those chapters dealing with the 18 missing years of the life of our brother we call Yeshua, who most know as Jesus. The Circle 7 consists of them 18 missing years that took place between the age of 12 and 33.
Okay, wait a minute. I don't want to get off topic, but so
go ahead.
The Nation of Gods and Earth teach this too? I mean, they deal with the missing years?
Well, the Nation
Circle 7, right? But that comes from Islam.
Some of them brothers, if they honor, because you got different brothers in their interpretation, even when it comes to the nation of God. But some of them, yeah, they honor the concept of the circle 7 because they symbol is the 7. And to be honest with you, a lot of people don't know, but Clarence 13X was part of a MST of A, you know, before he started them. You know, when he left them, he went,
what MSTA mean.
Yeah, we got record. We got record of that.
Morris Temple. I mean, but tell the audience what that means.
Yeah, Morris Science Temple. You know, of America. But you know, he actually went up under the what we call the C.M. Bay, his teachings. You know, Charles Mosley Bay, who actually broke off in like 34, and that's where the great Seal Moors get a lot of their teachings from. And so a lot of the teachings of C.M. Bay, he taught mathematics. You know, so those mathematics were the same type of adoptions that Clarence 13X came up with. The concept of I, self, Lord, and Master that you see in 5% teachings, it was taught, you know, by the Moors before they started teaching that, unbeknownst to many. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. Now, somebody that's 5% will get upset with that right there. You know, because they think that what they have came straight from Clarence 13X and he made it up because he was Allah the Father. And, you know, but I'm telling you that at the time when he left Temple number 7, we got history and records, you know, that he actually, for a moment, just like Malachi York too, Malachi York also went through C.M. Bay's demonstration, you know, which was more close to Masonry. You know, that's what C.M. Bay was teaching, you know, more Masonic. That's what Taj Tariq Bay and all them different Moors draw for. But yep, he was an adept. He left in 34. This was after the schism and Prophet Noble Drew Ali had died. Around the same time when Kirkman Bay started his group, Charles Mosley Bay had his own group, you know, which was basically 360-degree Mason. And that's where the 360 and all that come from when you deal with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But Clarence 13X mixed what he learned from, you know, the 1 through 14 and certain things with certain elements he took from it. I got it in the record. I got the book over here that talk about it. Matter of fact, is this the one right here in front of me? It's I actually have it in the paperwork there. They touch on it in a couple of these books I got up here. I don't want to go off of.
Yeah. Let's get back to the topic at hand, man. You can show the book. Yeah, show the book.
Yeah, I'll get to it later.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna show the book though. Let me pull it up here. Matter of fact, it's called the 5%ers, and this actually go to telling you when they started. Here, go right here. Matter of fact, here, go right here. Let me shut this right here down a little bit. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna stop sharing this. Can y'all see me showing this book? Hold up. Okay, here it go right here. It's this book. See this book right here? Hold up. Okay, let me do this.
Yeah, that
the background is in the way. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Bring it to your face.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
You see that?
What's the name of that again?
The 5%ers. Brother Michael Muhammad Knight. Now, I'm gonna read a portion out of here so you can see this demonstration. Hold up. Okay. I can go ahead and put my background back on there now, but this is what it said in here. It says, all right, Takashi, and this is one of the Japanese people they was trying to connect Elijah Muhammad. It say was eventually deported and the dream of a non-white superpower faded. Elijah Muhammad triumphed in the NOI Civil War would again unite the movement under one leader. But the Moors continued to fight among themselves and created new splinter groups. In the second half of the 1940s, Kirkman Bay faction The exile Charles Mosley Bay from his Cleveland temple promoted astrology, after which he formed his own group, a self-proclaimed free Moorish American master mason. Third and 33rd in 360 degrees. He drafted the Zodiac Constitution and wrote volumes on the Clock of Destiny. So when you see Clock of Destiny Moors, that's this brother. That's where it come from. A wheel featuring 12 astrological signs with the sun, the only son of God, in the center. Despite the mystical overtone, C.M. Bay spoke of Islam as a science and not a religion, and insisted that his Clock of Destiny Moors composed not a faith-based sect, but a cultural natural club. So now, when you see this, he spoke of it as a science and not religion. That's how 5%ers identify with their teaching. They'll tell you it's science. It's 5% not a religion. He said, I'm not interested in religion. He declared the God no one has ever seen. I'm interested in solving my economic problems and helping others to solve their problems in the most reasonable, intelligent manner. Beyond an occasional reference to the science of Islam and criticisms of Orthodox Islam mystery, teachings of Islamic, basically, materials remain largely absent from Bay's movement. When 3 Clock of Destiny Moors were tried, for draft evasion during the Korean War. However, Bay was barred from the courtroom for refusing to take off of his fez, right? Though apparently influenced by Farad, C.M. Bay differed in his assertion to say that the true creator was not the son of man, but the black Asiatic woman. That's why you see Taj Tariq Bay and them teaching how they teach, whom he described as definitely not a secret nor a mystery. She is a reality, the living God of humanity. The Asiatic woman was the actual author of the Quran and declared some 1367 years ago. Ini alahum ilaha ilahana. Truly, I am God. Besides me, there is no other. Moorish men find their own divinity in the sons of God. Do you know of any being, asked Bay, that is superior to you and your mother? I know y'all done heard brothers make them type of statements before. Believing that Muslim and Christian scholars held a monopoly on mystic religious superstition, but not on mathematics, Bay taught that the woman could harness their true power through understanding numbers. If a woman on a national scale possessed with applied knowledge of the secrets of the number 9, they would be supremely qualified to educate their children the practical side of life during its 9 months in maturity from conception into birth. Then there would be no need for institutions or religious mystery worship, idol or image god. Jailhouses, prisons, insane institutions would not be needed if there were to be no racial hatred or crime. In Bay's 0 through 9 code, 0 represented the 360 degrees of the perfect circle, and 9 symbolized the months developing the fetus spinning the womb. The number 333 took a special significance, which each 3 represented a trimester of pregnancy, and 3 into 9 goes 3 times, which equals 3rd, 33, or 33rd degrees of masonry. They also taught a Moorish color code on electronics, which each number, it says from 0 to 9 corresponded with the specific color. On the Son of Life was black, and 1 was brown, 9 was white. He said, our Moorish forefathers' code of alphabet and mathematics, wrote Bay, in the Clock of Destiny have proven that white people have no culture of their own. His numerology included interpretations of letters examining biblical transformation of Abraham into Abram. They found that Abram contained 5 letters while Abraham contained 7. Adding them resulted to 12, representing the 12 signs of the zodiac. Like Noble Drew Ali, C.M. Bay was influenced by the Rosicrucians, who believed that manipulation of numbers would reveal new meanings. Adding all of the numbers of 1 through 6 would equal 21, which digits sum in terms into 3, representing the 20. Well, no, it's a 20 that goes into 21, 3 in Trinity, It say in the Rosicrucian system, 5 symbolize man. The union of Adam and Eve, 5 plus 5, produce 10. The number representing the completion. It says Bay worked with the central numbers of its Moorish mathematics, 3, 9, 12, to reveal God. The number 12 reduces 3 as 1 and 2 equals 3. 3 into 9 equals 3 times, and 3 into 12 equals 4 times. The preceding division of 9 and 12 by the figure 3 represent the circle 7 in the science of Islam. 3 plus 4 equals 7. And then he went into this measure. But he kept going on talking about this, and then they said, meanwhile, they spoke on our Allah El, the brother that killed Claude Green El, in his teachings. And then they got down to the 5%ers would emerge from Harlem chapter of the Nation of Islam, but many also reveal more science influence in the 7 on their flag. And precedent of Allah El, Allah's own science of numbers, as well as the urban legend that Malcolm X had asked to teach him astrology, point to a clock of destiny connection. And the claim has been made before that after his NOI stint, Allah did in fact join a branch of the Moorish Science Temple. They're talking about clans 13X. You see? And it says, however, official membership would have not been required for Allah to synchronize the lessons of various movements in New York. So that's basically going into the aspects of these drawings, but there's other measures in here where it go deeper into it, as well. But you got to get this book and you'll go in there and see what's being stated. But yeah, there's some connection or overlap there. So yeah, certain people demonstrating in the 5% realm, definitely they familiar with that demonstration. So what we have here, going back into the aspect of dealing with exposing this cat Reggie, you know what I mean? Listen to what's stated here after I showed him, because I'm gonna do a exercise in a minute too, so our family can get it. Through the and they taught through those degrees, and then they came down by generation. You ain't never.
So what you just showed is from what you just showed is from Prophet Noble Drawley?
Yes, sir. And that's
Which
what
book?
I kept saying by me teaching them openly. Some people ain't
Which
gonna
book?
like that much. Say what?
Which book? Which book?
This man trying to dispute me on something he have no knowledge on.
Right.
You see
Why
what I'm
you so
saying?
disrespectful? Set the record straight. Hey, jump on. Hey, most I bless.
Let me show you the proof of how these degrees come down to us as they do. And I'm gonna show you, because you got to remember my chairman, was made an adept, not only by R. Jeremy Bay, who Prophet Noble Drew Ali made an adept, but he also was reared up under the teachings of I. Cook Bay, G. Cook Bay. All of these are adepts that Noble Drew Ali himself made, family. They literally walk with Noble Drew Ali. You see what I'm saying? And not only that, like I keep telling the people, he took care of the wives of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the literal wives. So what he got comes straight from the Prophet, unlike a lot of these other people that's running around talking about they demonstrated. And then the history that I found out is a lot of them ain't at all connected to what Prophet Noble Drew Ali would bring. So let me show you, because I didn't really go into, I did have excerpts out of the book. I touched on some of them, but I didn't, because they were too long for me to read, and I wouldn't be able to get out what I wanted to get out even then. So I'm gonna show you, this is what the chairman put in this book. Now you seen the degrees that I just showed you right here, right?
Yep.
Earlier. Let me go back to that one picture. Y'all see these degrees right here, right? You see them? And I have the Kemetic word here.
We don't see nothing.
I'm glad you told me, because that I have a problem thinking I'm sharing the whole screen and don't be sharing our Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay, let me share this again. I'm gonna just share my whole screen so that hopefully it navigate over it, but y'all keep letting me know if it don't show. Okay, so these degrees Pestep Heru, right, which is really Pastophorus. Then you have Nuak Heru, Nericortis, Melanophorus, right? These are on the side of the Kemetic name, right? Now I'm going to show you right here. The same thing in the chairman's book. This is the book of fire, the exhuming of a nation. You see the degrees down there at the bottom? Pastophorus, Neocorus, Melanophorus. You see? These are the degrees that he come up under through the Prince of Peace, bro. You see what I'm saying? The first degree, in essence, it teaches medicine and science.
Okay.
Another one, geometric energy, shape, structures, and design, because you got to learn sacred geometry as well. Science of non-polarized.
Geometry. They try to say that has nothing to do with the creator.
They don't know nothing about what they talking about. It's called sacred geometry. This is the real
Remember,
truth.
I brought that out, man, in the debate with a new Kakarot.
The real truth.
No, excuse me, not new, but the boy Sebastian, the man Sebastian. I'm calling no boy. But go ahead, man. Get into your business.
The real truth behind sacred geometry, my beloved brother, is that everything in geometry, sacred geometry, is based on a pattern. I'm talking about when you get into the inside of a stem of a plant.
The waves in your hair, bro. Right?
You see what I'm saying?
It's a pattern.
It's a pattern. And these patterns, family, I'm gonna tell you why this ain't really taught openly. Because once one masters sacred geometry, bro, and they master all the patterns in certain things, I'm talking about it's patterns in the stars.
Right.
But when you master these things and you have certain knowledge, you have control or command over your surroundings. This is what they be trying to keep people from knowing.
So what would they call that? Self-mastery? What would they call that? Self-mastery?
Yeah. But see, like, for example, the Star of David. It's certain patterns in creation that carry that actual pattern. And I know you done seen it already in your teaching.
I mean, come on, man.
There's certain things that you can compare to that, but if you compare that with that knowledge, you can move things. It's the real truth that's hidden, bro. You know what I mean? That they don't want you to know. Why they
don't want us to know, man? What's going on with that?
Well, if you demonstrate like this, you'll really be demonstrating like the ancient Kemetians were demonstrating. Like your knowledge really become applicable then. Meaning that you ain't just saying, okay, look at this symbol. By identifying things in creation that's based on that symbol, you can influence the elements by it, bro.
Is sacred geometry proof of a creator?
Yes, sir.
That's what I brought in my debate with Sebastian.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like you would also see, for example, like in its pattern, bro. They start from, if you deal with the number one, for example, number one, the geometric pattern of the number one mostly deal with a circle with a dot in the middle. You feel me? The number two deal mostly with an upward triangle and a downward triangle. You feel me? And then the number three deal with a triangle itself. Number four deal with a cube. Number five deal with, 5-pointed stars, pentagrams, and then you got 6, which again is, the Star of David. You got the 7-pointed stars. You got 8-pointed stars. You know what I mean? All this is sacred geometry, bro, that deal with the Fibonacci theory and all of that, bro. It deal with what we call quantum physics and all of that. Right. See, this is what sacred geometry deal with. But nevertheless, you can hear the way the chairman was building. Look, because he going through mathematics here. He giving you what was taught to him. He tell you straight from here, bro. Look, he say Islamism by the numbers. The true mystery system of Egypt, which Noble Drew Ali, the Egyptian adept master, called Islamism, is founded upon the science of numbers. Men comprehend the dynamics and the origin of infinity by understanding numbers. The equation science of numbers give rise to all seen and unseen worlds. See, that's what I was just talking about. Geometry, algebra, and arithmetic are the thrones for astronomy, medicine, architecture, calendars, arts, religion, creation, civilization, and order of the universe.
Wait a minute, you got the religion out of there according to some people. You said religion, didn't you?
They don't know religion in its original state means to return to the source.
Okay. I mean, but when we
That's the real
when we
definition
give
of what
reverence to the Most High, yeah, we are returning to the source. When we
returning to the
relying
source.
on Him and not depending on our own understanding, we are returning to the source. Whether, the source, whether
Mhm.
they like it or not. You
It
know, whether
means Leon is the root. That's what the word means. Religion come from Leon. It
really.
means return Leon to the source.
Okay, now where that etymology come from? Leon.
That's the definition they give you when they
That
come
sound
from
like
the
that sound like
so-called
some
Greek.
some Rome.
From
That
the
sound
so-called Latin and Greek.
like some Latin or something. What is that?
That's where they get it from.
Okay,
You know what I
see,
mean?
see, $7 know what's
But
going
in
on.
our in the what we used to call it though, we call it know thyself.
No, that's so.
In ancient Kemet, that's translated as Shedu Netta. You see, Shedu dealing with the study of the self, and Netter dealing with God, studying the God
Shedinetta,
self.
Shedinetta,
Yes, sir.
Shedinetta,
Shedu Netta. You know what I mean?
Shedinetta.
In
Okay,
in Greece, they like to try to call it Sutanoti. You
okay,
see what I'm saying? Which is a corruption of Shedu Netta. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying?
See,
It
this
says
is why.
all up.
See, this is why these guys scared of the commission at that
Oh
terrified.
yeah, they
They're scared.
a
This is
lot of
why
them low
it
key in
was a
that
good
lodge,
decision
bro.
to make. Hold on, it was a good decision to make you the face of the Lions Den League. You see what I'm saying? So now you ain't gonna be able to take that away. We don't have no problem with it coming over there. Yeah, he's House of Conscience, but he ain't your champion.
A
Put
lot
your
of
champion up. Your little champion. I ain't gonna get on you, but man, come on, man. Come on, man.
you know, when we go into this drawing though, see, a lot of people don't know. A lot of these brothers don't want this brought out because a lot of these dudes closet masons, bro, and they feel like I'm giving up too much, bro. You feel me? So that's why they trying to stuff out what I'm saying. They want people to make you think, oh, that brother crazy. He don't know what he talking about because they can't speak this openly like I can. They took oaths, and that's the difference between an adept and a shriner. You see what I'm
Well, I
saying? An
mean, so
adept
what's the
can
point of
speak
learning all this
openly.
knowledge? A thousand pardons, Commission. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
But what's the point of learning all this knowledge if you can't teach it to your people? Well, are you Shriners trying to be above your people?
Yeah,
Is
that's
there
what they
some
call
boule
themselves,
type of shit going
a cut
on, man?
above the rest. A cut
The hell,
above the
boy?
rest.
Huh?
You know, that's their mindset, a cut above the rest.
Put that bullshit in there, put that information to a debate and put your knowledge out.
Yeah.
That's what you do
And that's why
for the
they
people.
upset because I said openly, and I ain't under no oath. You know what I mean? I ain't swore to no man. I ain't got no worshipful master. My
Right.
worshipful master is within me. You see what I'm saying?
Who the great
And
architect of the sky? Some of you got dang on Shriners.
half
Hey,
them don't even know what that
what
means.
you doing? You're biting off our God. I'm just gonna tell you the truth, man.
Half of them don't even know what that means. They just talking and thinking they slick. And see, this ain't a type, them ones for what they, I'm just telling you, it come from the European. Get with Kemet if you want to deal with some real masonry. And I ain't talking about that European Freemasonry.
Right,
You
right.
want to be a real master
Not that
builder?
George Washington masonry.
Yeah, not that garbage. Western Freemasonry is what we call it. In fact, you can't even be that because you got to be white and 21 years of age. And even if you're
Wait a
40,
minute. So how the hell they press all Freemasons then? What the hell going on? They don't even
that's
accept
another
them
thing.
niggas.
How you gonna be free and accepted and still a slave?
Got a bitch. You
Ask
niggas gonna
that.
have to cut this shit out, man.
Ask that a question.
And swear you above us who don't subscribe to that because we ain't scared to teach the information to our people. But you swear you're above it. I'm a 24th degree Mason.
Yeah, y'all, they want to bash me, so
Bullshit. I'm
I'm
a
coming out.
55th degree Eastern Star.
None of
Sit
that don't
your
mean
ass
nothing,
down.
bro. When they test me out there, talking about a whole lot of lights you got on there, and I go to thrashing them, and I ask them who made you, they can't even answer, because half of them scared to go past the third degree. You know what I mean? Because they feel like if they get up higher than that right there, they got when much is given, much is required, and it is. The higher they get up in them European orders.
So what's the point of going 33? Just to say I'm
A lot of
33.
them do that. A lot of
If
them
you,
do that right there, basically to say that they dare and try to get in other circles. You know, it's all got to do with favors, bro. You know what I mean? It's all
it's,
about
hey,
favor.
look, it's been Masons in the Lions then. Kyle,
Yeah.
King Seth.
And see, that's why them the same
Uh,
one that
I
attack
name
what
them
I'm
great.
saying.
We know.
Them the same one that attacked me. because they
already,
don't seen what I demonstrate. You feel me? That's what
and look, 7,000 ain't even the Mason or nothing like that. But we see y'all. You be trying to talk in codes and shit, and think we just sitting there like, oh, okay, we don't know
yeah.
what they
Oh, they
say.
think they be talking over your head too. That's another thing.
They
I can
say we
scratch
don't
the head
know.
with the best of them. I don't do it.
And
You know?
I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking about the three that I named because
Mhm.
they've been part of the lines. Then I'm just talking about they told the truth. They said we Mason.
Right.
Okay, so but
Right.
no, I wasn't talking about them. I'm just talking about a lot of them.
Right. Now watch what he say. He say all are contingent upon numbers, right?
All right,
He
let's see
said
what this guy. And welcome to the Reggie Bozo show. Let's get it.
so the chairman said here, right? The mystery system of Egypt acquires its strength from 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. You know what I mean? And what we talking about is the oneness of the creator, and the three deal with the three-step ladder: belief, faith, and fruition. Faith, hope, and love, wisdom, will, and love. You know what I mean? Then 5 deal with the 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The 5 senses, the 5 planet, all that type of stuff. 7, we already know what the 7 represent. 9, which represent re-entry. He say these are strong numbers because they cannot be divided evenly. Unlike 2, 4, 6, and 8. Here are a few examples of the creative powers of those positive numbers. Then he go into the 1, the origin, creator, the causeless cause, rootless root. 3, there are always 3 steps on the master's copy, right? He said triune law, wisdom, will, and love, Egyptian, initiation, illumination, and perfection. G.M. James teach on that. Yeshua, belief, faith, and fruition. Drew Ali, member, sheik, and adept. Mastery, knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Freemasonry teach apprentice, fellow craft, and master mason. You see, but all these things were taught way before they came up with that so-called 3-degree system they had. You feel me? And so he went on, man. Hold up, let me get it right here. Didn't want to knock it all the way up like that. Like I said, I didn't really get a chance to go into this. And he actually broke down all those things,
Get
like the
into it,
5.
son.
Huh?
I said, get into it. You at home?
Yes, sir. And so he went into other measures here. He was saying Christianity, which is Islam's natural enemy, is structured in the illusions of a 3-step Egyptian mystery system. The European churches assert the Trinity of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. This God has only one begotten Son named Yehoshua, who was created in Rome's Vatican with pure European features. There are just too many gods to serve. This man-made threesome is colloquially known as the white man. They are made in the likeness and image of European interests. Freemasonry, the masterful liberal arts degree of Christian Science and the chief protector of the Christian creed, also functions upon a semblance of the Egyptian initiation, illumination, and perfection. The 3 degrees in all Freemasonry is under the auspices of apprentice, fellow craft, and master mason. See Freemasonry. He got a chapter in the book on it. Here in the night lodges, Masons secretly don the ancient Moorish diadem, the fez, that the Muslim men have worn openly and freely for thousands of years. They only wear when they go to meetings, But anyway, it says 5. Then he break down the number of 5, like I was telling you: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The senses: sight, hear, taste, touch, and smell of organs. Head, right arm, right leg, left arm. Elements: the ethereal, fire, water, air, and land, ruling planets: Venus, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter. The North Star, the 5 pentagram, 72 degrees, each 360 degrees, 72 times 5. Then he go into the ancient Egyptian mystery system. And then he go through them degrees that I was going through in the beginning. He talk about melanophorus, which is the science of non-polarized energies. Christophorus or Christophorus, inherent laws of growth and relativities from light and sound. Balhate, the science of nature and alchemical laws and logic. and the philosophy of transmutation and realization of the simplicity from the most complex. These are the
Transmutation. Hey, family, stop right there. Transmutation.
uh-huh.
Now, what would that lesson consist of?
That's what Yeshua demonstrated in the Gospel of Barnabas.
All right, speak on it
When
then.
he changed his form,
Uh-huh.
you know, when it talk about the transfiguration on the mount,
Keep teaching.
that's transmutation right there.
Okay. Now the
You know,
audience, now the audience with you. Let's keep it rolling.
yeah, that's what transmutation is. Transmutation is turning the base nature into gold, meaning that you go from a state of materialism in the physical, and you can transmute from a physical level into a spiritual level. That's what they call divine alchemy. You see, the sixth degree, astronomers, the manipulation of the cosmic powers in harmony with the human body and other living things, Polaris interaction, balance with the body and the galaxies, and the study of the stimulative and sedative ethers. And all that has to do with being able to go into what we call astral travel, astral projection, and so
All
forth.
right now. All right now.
Mastermind.
Now see,
Only masterminds.
it was this guy that used to be a part of the Lions Den, Greg Phillips.
Yep.
And he always talked about astral projecting and peeking in your windows. You know, and I don't say peeking. I'm joking on that part. But he said he would astral project.
Yeah. All of us.
So that's
That's
got
the
to
whole
be.
purpose of the knowledge. If you can't do that, then what you studying for? You know what I mean? In
Okay.
every teaching, from the Hebrew to Islamic teaching, all over the place, bro. When you get to the highest elevation of those teaching, they teach you how to go into the self, and tap into, you know, the book of registry. You know, everything.
Whoa. Tell everybody what the book of registry is.
Well, some people like to call it Akashic records. You know, that's one of the names they use for it. But it represents all the information that has ever been written from a past, present, and future standpoint. When you become a mastermind, if you meditate enough, you can actually read, you know, from those particular tablets. And that is no joke. That's real talk. I know this by experience. I ain't talking about what somebody told me or just reading about it sounding good. I have been able to tap into these things. When you get so deep, Judah.
Yeah, because you know what? They can respect them Hindu masters that do all that type of stuff. Don't be knocking them. But soon as a Negro say something like that, they getting called pseudo crazy and all that.
Why
you
you
can't
think
limit
so
your mind and what you can do.
Why you think it's so many Hindu temples out there and Buddhist temples out there, bro? Because most people trying to gain that experience, bro. They don't teach it in modern religion.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they have to go into Buddhism and Hinduism and all the other teachings to go into that. And so it's different schools, even Sufism and Islam. Sufism have certain schools based on who it is, because it's different methods on how to do it.
Okay, now you guys, Sufism is I can tap into Judaism, Israelite, Islam, Kemeticism. Is that? Can you explain? Am I wrong, or explain what Sufism is? I hear this word thrown around a lot.
Sufism is the esoteric doctrine of, you know, Tasawwuf. And Islam, Tasawwuf
is
the
Chinese
Buddhism.
Buddhism.
Sufi it come from
Or
Kemet.
Do that come from Sambo?
No, it come from Kemet.
But you know, Sambo, right? The original Buddhist.
But no, this go beyond that concept. But like Buddhism is different. But Sufism, they both have a similar, we'll say, thread when it comes to awakening aspects. Because most Sufis demonstrate Buddhism, and most Buddhists demonstrate Sufism. You see what I'm saying? But there's different systems still, though.
Yeah.
You know, like some systems deal with straight meditation. Right. You know what I mean? Just remembering. Some systems deal with the tree of life. And it's a tree of life in every tradition, bro. Yeah. Not just in the Kabbalah that the European have, but it's a tree of life tradition in Kemet.
In Kemet, yeah.
It's one everywhere. And every teaching is a
But
tree of
but
life.
so you saying the ancient Israelites didn't have a tree of life?
Yeah,
Tree,
yeah, that's
tree of
what I'm
life.
saying.
So we can't put that on the Kabbalah and
No,
Europeans.
not the
So
way
yeah,
the European try to demonstrate. See, it's got different Kabbalahs. The Kabbalah with the C, bro,
okay,
is
teach.
Masonic. That's a Masonic Kabbalah.
Oh,
The
okay. Well,
Kabbalah with
okay.
the letter K, that's the Kabbalah of Judaism. And
Say that
then
one
you
more
got
time.
the Kabbalah with the letter Q, which is most of the Kabbalah that the Kemetics and a lot of the Sufis draw for.
Uh-huh.
Them the three
So
different
what's the
types
big,
of Kabbalah.
so what's the
One
big
spelled
difference
with a
between
C,
they all
one
tree of
spelled
life,
with a
right?
U. Yeah, all of them dealing with the tree of life, but they just different traditions of that teaching.
So how do atheists fit into this tree of life situation? Do
Well,
they just fit
atheists
to the
claim they don't
evolution?
believe in the
Do
Most
the
High. I put that on there today too, showing them that atheism is a religious system.
Yeah, it
I need
is.
to
And
put
they need
that
to
in
cut
my
it
memory.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean,
All right.
if they practicing them sciences, bro,
Yeah.
talking about they trying to deal with the Kabbalah tree of life, bro. They dealing with a spiritual path, bro. You
Mm-hmm.
can't be no atheist and deal with no Kabbalah, because you got to call on the name of the Creator.
So when the tree of life deal with evolutionary process?
Well, the tree of life is a different expression. It has to do more with man's ability to rise or ascend according to mastering himself, as
Okay, get
opposed
me in.
to evolution, something that just happened by
At,
chance to
at,
them.
at the top is what they call it, the crown.
Yeah, that's the crown. Now, I ain't so. I
Okay.
was actually gonna go into that
I
in
had
my.
my note. I had my notes, man. I bust that out in the debate.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna go in. That was supposed to be a part of my presentation, but I didn't get to it.
they ain't ready for some of that type of
You know what I
information. Though.
mean? I didn't
Some
get to
people,
it,
I ain't gonna knock no,
but
but
I'll get into it when
so okay now can you let's talk a little bit. We're gonna get off Reggie for he got beat up, for a couple of hours over there and a little bit over here.
mhm.
Christos. I heard Brother Sanchez say that Christos was Jesus Christ. And I went on there and I told him, I said, well, Mashiach was out before Christos. That
Yeah,
means
that's correct.
Christ.
Christos come from the Kemetic terminology too.
It
But
come from the Romans. It come from the Romans.
the Romans
Uh,
adopted from Kemet.
the Romans put that together to try to unite the Egyptians that was there
Yeah,
and the Greeks because they took over.
yeah, they adopted. Yeah, they adopted it from Kemet. That Christos demonstration.
Yeah.
You know, to them they meant oil. Or anointing with oil. And see, that's where the connection to Mashiach come from, because Mashiach supposed to mean anointed
Hmm.
one as well.
Right.
So they took that term and say, okay, well, if it's Mashiach in the Hebrew, then okay, in what we call the Greek is Christos. And you hear me a lot of time before I even came into Islam. I used to teach when I started, my eyes was opening while I was studying the Bible, because I was very deep, when it come to interpreting the Bible esoterically, even before I came into being, in the teaching of Islamism. And I used to tell people that Jesus and Christ is two different entities.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Jesus was the man, right?
Uh-huh.
But Christ was the spirit in the man.
Okay, yeah, that's kind okay. We can rock with that.
That's,
No,
that's
no,
how
no.
that's how I used to teach, but people didn't know the difference. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, but now, how do you place him in the Garden of Eden? Can you place him in the Garden of Eden?
That would have to be metaphysics and esoteric teaching.
That would have to
There's no
be.
direct
That would have to
doctrine.
be. That would have to be like the secret book of John,
I mean,
where
that's in a couple of books.
right.
I
So
got
the
I got some in the
so
other
is that
Bible.
part? But okay, so I get that. So is that part of the Bible? Or see, when you say the Bible teaches this, Napar, because like I say, I know that you went to the secret book of John. I've been knew where you've been going with this. Jesus is the serpent in the garden and other stories. But why everybody trying to equate everything oh boy, Brother Sanchez said Lucifer and Jesus is the same. Then in the next point he said they two different entities.
Yeah,
So
but that's because the way the European has interpreted certain things, bro.
okay.
People are reading information. See, this is the thing. I read a lot, right? But I know what not to pay attention to. Some people read information and they don't know how to vet what they read, bro. You feel me? They just read it and then take it as the end all be all. But I can tell when something is remixed. It's something the European done throwed off in there, basically. I can listen to somebody and tell where it come from. You know what I
So
mean?
so should you say that the original story of the Messiah in the Bible, it came from where?
Well, when it come to dealing with the biblical text, bro, I got some Hebrew
Mhm.
text from the Kemetic perspective to tell you that the creation story of the what we call biblical, and I'm talking about two different sources. What we call biblical, they would connect them to the Kemetic teaching. You know what I mean? The cosmology aspect of it. And I got plenty of sources that'll show that.
Uh-huh.
But my thing is, in other words, when it come down to it, it's not the story, as one see it, but the story as many have translated in what they call the mythos of Kemet. Those who translated the Bible use those stories to help them in their translation from the
For
language.
sure. But listen, these stories didn't just didn't come from
They didn't
Kemet.
just come out of nowhere.
Samaria. It came from all
They
the
came from everywhere, basically.
you damn right. And
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
we need to
saying.
stop doing. So
So
I
it
don't know
wasn't
how we
just
gonna
it
prove in this
wasn't just
debate.
Kemet. It wasn't
Okay.
just Kemet. It was other African stories as well. It was some Sumerian beliefs they took. Anything that had already been translated that they could use to help them to try to explain it, and then they re-explained it through the words they came up with. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean because even the pygmies, what I'm saying, they have a Adam and Eve story.
Of
You see what
course.
I'm saying?
But
A
that's why
flood,
you hear me
a
saying,
flood story.
mm-hmm.
And when I brought this out the first time I saw it, they laughed at me. He had to go confirm through Black Jesus Minister, like Black Jesus Minister, is this true? They did a whole show about it after 7,000 brought that out.
Right,
Black Jesus like, yeah, shit. Where the hell you been?
right,
Nigga, you know how Black Jesus is. And also
right.
Noah's Ark just he went into his thing.
Yeah, like I got whole history showing that. You know what I mean? The proof of that.
Oh,
I got history
showing what?
showing the story of Noah in Kemetic teaching.
Oh,
Go ahead.
oh, no, say that again. You got whole history showing what? Go ahead.
Yeah, all the different floods that took place around the world. And every last flood story, I'm talking about all the way from the Native American to the Sumerians,
Yeah.
all of that. I showed it to y'all a while back, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
showed the same story, bro. They're telling the same story just in different ways. They all of them
Right.
talk about the bird being shot out from the ship and coming back after a certain bro. Every last one of them.
Because
That's why I say
they was
everybody
all
take
they
their
come
time.
from one common ancestor and they all spread out and they all
That,
got a little different twist to it. But
that's what I'm talking
common
about.
sense just ain't common sense in 2022.
Facts, bro. And I even went into that history, bro, on Noah.
Man.
Like I said, I got a Kemetic breakdown in my archives, dealing with the sons of Ham and then going into Noah and all of that right there as well. But yeah, I got all that demonstration with the different stories of the flood stories that took
So
place.
what so with the stories of Moses just be a myth because
Well,
this is the stance that Terry said. And now on this platform, we don't take it that way, Yasha. I'm gonna say it to you one more time, but when you go on Sinetta's show, and god dang on well, I'm trying not to cuss so much. You know that he say, we don't believe our God is real like y'all. We know it's not real. We know it's a myth. Y'all got the fake. These are the voice inflections that he put out there that ripple through the community
Bro, a lot of this boiling down
And
to
you got on there and said, yes, the stories of Moses is a myth. The
a lot of this
story. So
boiling
is
down
the Exodus
to
a myth, Terry? There's no proof of no proof at all. Nothing.
a lot of that boiling down to a lack of understanding, bro. You know what I mean? Well, people don't know, they don't want to go into certain things. You know what I mean? Cause everybody can't be lying when they say Moses was learning all the wisdom of the Egyptians. You know what I mean? Because if we go through the story, I can even show you comedically the presence of Moses. You know, we can see it through the name. You see?
Yeah, and Brother Sanchez was trying to tell me today that Tutmos is the real Moses, and we over here we got the fake Moses, but you know our Moses ain't real. But then he goes and say, now this is some disrespect to you, brother. And then he goes and say that Moses lied on the Most High God because he didn't do something with the golden calf. He really is a bull worshiper. I mean, he was going all over the goddamn place comparing shit. Then when he got some rappers, I think, man,
But
I
see,
said,
that
what
would
the
happen.
hell going on with all you esoteric cats trying to put shit together? And I put all y'all in the goddamn room, and then I put you one on one, and none of y'all shit add up together.
It ain't esoteric. That's
Well,
that's
I don't know what the hell going on, bro. Hey, Kemetian, tell me. Hey,
different with what you talking about.
well, he claimed he esoteric type of a guy, you know.
A lot of
The
these people
pop
ain't
thinks he's
really read.
esoteric. I mean, you know, Mighty Hebrew said he deal with the esoteric. You deal with esoteric.
How the Hebrew know some real esoteric teaching?
Okay, well, maybe you and him gonna have to do some shows and get us up to speed because some of these other esoterics, man, I don't know what the hell going on with them.
Yeah, it's different degrees of esoteric. Like what I was giving, like
Hey,
for
I want to start about. I want to start at the top degree. I want to hear from the top because these baby esoterics, hey, they confusing the masses.
well, I give you a prime example right here. For example, right in this last degree right here, for example, propheta, the wisdom of God in man. That's esoteric teaching, for example. The right of Emmanuel. Emmanuel means God with us, right?
Right.
So if it means God with us, it's God with us because God is within us. See, that's esoteric teaching right there. It says, in other words, adept, prophethood, conquest of self-realization, the Christ. So to an esotericist, they don't look at Christ as just being Jesus the Christ.
Yeah, I
They look
forgot.
at Christ
A thousand parts. I forgot to add Lex Vortex. He's a Christian mystic. You know, so I mean, you know.
man, these people is something else, bro.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, man. What's wrong with a Christian mystic? Come on, man.
Nothing
Teach
wrong
on
with
that.
nothing
Let me
wrong
hear
with
about that. That's what he
calling
told
them
me today.
a
Huh?
Christian mystic is a monk, a Christian monk.
I said next time be slick with words.
A real
That's what he
Christian
calling
mystic,
himself. Leave him
a
alone, man.
real
Make sure you care.
Christian mystic is a Coptic Christian.
But
And that's more like
like he dark side a monk, Christian monk. All right, Lex.
he reject Coptic text, so he can't be a real Christian mystic.
Lex.
And a real Christian mystic dealing with Coptic teachings, bro, that's Egyptian again.
So he reject Coptic. Wait. He rejected Coptic teachings. Is that what you said?
If he reject Coptic teachings, and he have, when I done pulled out the book of Enoch and referred to the book of Yashar, I remember him.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Ethiopic. Yeah, if you reject that,
I'm going against that, bro. He can't be no Christian mystic.
that's what a Christian mystic is because they deal with Enoch, right?
They deal with all the Coptic texts. Most of the original text was originated from Coptic, bro, not Greek.
So that's Ethiopians, right?
And they like, yeah. It's called the Egyptians, really. They more Egyptian than anything. But the Ethiopians, the Sabians, they also connected to that too. But I'm talking about the actual Coptic Christians. That's a whole mystery system right there. You know what I mean?
So these guys just putting titles on there, and next week they're gonna be something else.
Yeah, they changed up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So
and swear up and down, they teaching some esoteric teachings, and all they doing is confusing. if you don't have some kind of master teacher or some kind of schooling behind what you're trying to bring forth, or at least be honest and say, I'm coming from the secret book of John, the pa. Talking about Jesus is a snake in the garden. And you say that literally in the Bible that we read.
Listen to this right here, Judah. The adept deification of man. Allah equals wisdom, will, and love, right? Prophet is initiation, illumination, perfection. Man is belief, faith, and fruition. Through these 3 steps, time 3 degrees, the ancient ones perfected the mystery system of Egypt. It was so perfectly developed until it became known as the only straight pathway of perfection, salvation, redemption, or religion. It is the holistic philosophy of these sciences which became the way of life for the ancient Moors over 25,000 years ago. This became the first religious creed that was taught in degrees to initiates over a period of 2 to 3 years, exoteric, 12 to 18 years, esoteric. Those who were initiated in circumcision and completed the first level of self-mastery received the title of sheikh or adept. Graduates of the higher degrees received the titles of God, prophet, Christ, Messiah, and their life work was called divine ministry. Moses, Abraham, Boaz, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, Joseph, John, Jehoshua, Isa, all received their prophethood from the same Egyptian mystery system.
I ain't mad at it, because you know what? The Israelites ran to Egypt, right?
Right. You know,
I ain't mad at it.
Right. You know, but it ain't the European Egyptian mystery system that they be teaching though. It ain't got nothing to do with that garbage. You know what I mean? This is the real one here. Melchizedek, you know, and Yehoshua were born, virgin birth at adepts and received the highest God degree called Christum. All prophets in Christ were distinguished with their own symbol of perfection, a perfect man. Moses received the staff, David the star, Yehoshua the circle 7, and Noble Drew Ali the circle scimitar and the star.
What did the serpent in the garden receive? Because that's supposed to be Christ, like according to the Bible, in the esoteric
You know,
teaching.
the serpent in the garden would be the symbol of Yoda bro that your boy
Yada broth. And Yada broth had
right
a mama. Yada broth had a mama. And what was her name?
Yeah.
Oh, I was called.
No, but all that teaching of Yoda broth is really from a Ptolemaic. Remember what the name I gave you? The lion.
Oh, yeah.
Dealt with the teaching in Amun. All that come out of Nubian temples.
Okay, Nubian
So
temple.
it's still Kemetic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the temple of Amun in Nubia. So it's still dealing with Amun Ra. But it says,
what was the name of the mother goddess of Yada broth? Sophia. There you go.
oh, yeah, that's that Greek.
Yep, there you go.
They call it Sophia is supposed to really be wisdom.
Sophia, yeah.
It's supposed to be wisdom. And you know, some people even try to link that to the name Sufism.
So they was trying to say that Yada broth connected was really like Yahweh, and so that was so wisdom was Yahweh mama, if you go further back and further
basically
back.
What they trying to say, right? You know, and so and I got books, like I said, I got a book called The Other Bible up here, bro. And the Other Bible got a lot of books in there that be talking like that. Got like probably I don't know how many in these books that was took out of the canon.
Right.
You know, some of them and considered pseudo, but some of them books make sense. You know what I mean? But that go back to the European taking that stuff out and choosing what they want to put in there.
So let me ask you.
So read that. People be thinking that it ain't real. Go ahead.
No, my fault. Was you done? No, my fault.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So where did this story? So did this story of Yaldabaoth come up out of Kemet?
That's what I'm saying. It comes from the Cushites.
Cushites. Okay, that's a Cushite.
Yeah, it's a remix of the Cushite story.
Okay.
It actually had the same head of the lion on a serpent, bro, in the temple of Amun Ra.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Maybe you need to do a demonstration on that. We can, Smash. We can invite Smash Rockwell over. That's the and maybe Black Lion Supreme. We do them three, y'all three right there, and kick this, schematic information.
Yeah,
Like I said, the Israelites, we can't be mad that a lot of our stuff come
if
from
you
over
notice,
there. We was in the land, right? Come on,
right, when I give information though
famine
too,
come when famine came, we was there, right? So I mean, cut it out. It's just that when there was a pharaoh that didn't know us, treated us bad. That's when the problem started.
bro, the information I see right there in the Bible, Isaiah 19, I keep telling our people, it show you that the Israelites was in bondage with the Kemites, man. Right there in the Bible, it said. You know what I mean? I don't know why they keep looking over it, but it's right
Oh,
there in the
say it one more time for Reggie, because Reggie never talk about that. He supposed to be
Bible. Nah,
this
he
community
ain't,
scholar.
because he called that convert information. He ain't gonna talk about that.
Information. Come on, man.
You know
You
what I
gotta be
mean?
you gotta be honest with yourself
I'm
one day,
trying to
right?
show you. You see what I'm saying? I'm showing you the oneness of it.
Yeah.
As long as people looking through the eyes of division, they ain't gonna never see what I'm trying to say. Because I
Mm-hmm.
ain't coming from the eyes of what's dividing the people or trying to put one teaching over another. I'm just telling you the original origin where it come from and the connections on how they connected to each other. You know what I mean? But if one is caught up into the dogma, they ain't gonna never pick up on what I'm saying, gonna go over their head every time. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's like, for example, what a chairman was speaking here, he said each part of a symbol represented a degree of perfection. The logos is the perfect word. The circle is the perfect symbol, and the 7 is the perfect number. And then he goes into the full lotus of the God and man, also taught by the city guru masters, right? We know that's dealing with the teachings of Hinduism and so forth and so on, right? But
Okay.
then he said the holy prophet Noble Drew Ali brought the Egyptian mystery system in the highest degree ever known to man and bestowed it upon his people, the Moorish Americans. The first time in 3 ages, 6,000 years, have these lessons been given, we say, to the entire nation of people by their ancient forefathers. He divinely instructed the Moorish Americans there's no one who is able to change man from his decent nature of his forefathers. Being their prophet, his greatest task is to start them to thinking. This ancient system is the old-time religion called Islamism. It is not in conflict with the perfecting of your religion of the Grand Quran of Muhammad, as brought to his sinful polytheistic people of Mecca, Arabia. In fact, Islamism is the uniting of the Holy Quran for the teaching of instructing all Moorish Americans. Islam is a perfected segment of Hotep Islamism. This is the old-time religion which Christians sing for. The Moorish, who were the ancient Moabites from the lands of Canaan, and the founders of the holy city of Mecca are the true Sunni Muslims. The word Sunni means original, and Muslim are those who submit their will to the will of the great God Allah. Moorish are also founders of the first religious creed, Islamism, historically known as 3 steps on the master's carpet, the ancient Kemetian mystery system. These degrees, once placed upon the 3-step ladder of salvation, belief, faith, and fruition, would raise the consciousness of the initiate to the wisdom of self, the higher self. You see, that's something the European ain't gonna teach you, though. You know what I mean? So that's the whole teaching. It's dealing with the higher self. It ain't got nothing to do with the way the European like to teach something or the way the Arabs teach it, and all that foolery. So
So
our
so
people,
so, so how would the European teach it?
the Europeans basically come in and remix everything and then try to teach it through their Masonic degrees in just some old form of symbolic teaching, and that's it.
So they change it up in their Masonic temples.
Yeah. And act like they doing what we do. They study the knowledge
Yeah.
and learn the knowledge, and then when they go through the land, they can act like they a Muslim when they get in Arabia. And nobody know the difference because in their degrees, they study in the language. And so they'll say, Assalamu alaikum. And automatically, them Arabs going to accept them, even if they're European. You see what I'm saying? If they go into the area of Jerusalem, where it's some Hebrews at, they going to talk their language. You understand? That's how masonry works. If they go into Buddhism,
that's common sense right there. Hey, you know, I mean, just like it's Masons everywhere in your community. There's Israelites, there's Christians. I mean, but it's different orders. I get that. You know,
so they
sorority,
infiltrate
fraternity, Alpha, Kappa, all that.
Yeah, they act like that. What it is, they go to people, learn their language, and then act like that they support them.
I get it.
You see what I'm saying? They use your language to infiltrate you, basically. That's all that secret society demonstration about. You know what I mean?
Y'all need to cut this shit out, man. What you being secret for? What y'all plotting for? It sounds like a plot to me. Y'all just trying to plot on people. Right?
Yeah,
manipulate, control.
Exactly what's going on. The chairman.
No, I already know what's going on. I'm just trying
to listen to how he go in right here.
Hey, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it.
Listen to how he go in right here, right? Watch what he say. This gonna let y'all know we don't demonstrate no Arabized Islamism too. From Ma'afa slavery into Islam. Listen to what the brother say. He said, may Allah's canopy of peace and blessings be upon all the prophets. Your religion, is it through the God of your forefathers, right? He asked that question. Your religion, is it through the God of your forefathers? According to official records, chattel slavery in the USA only lasted from 1779 until 1865. During this time, 86 years, the U.S. legally supported chattel slavery from its presidents and constitution and enactments of the Black Code laws. However, in memorial honor of the more than 500 million people of Africa which perished in this system of inhumane genocide, it took from 1492 to 1865, nearly 400 years, in order to break the mental back of these former Muslims. The year 1492 was the year that Moors lost their 800-year battle of civilizing the nations of Europe, and the former Portuguese slave trader named Christopher Columbus found the world was round and had millions of other people already using it. According to certified documents of the Spanish crown, it was September the 3rd, 1501 that marked the beginning of the African slave trade. On that day, a Portuguese vessel carried the first cargo of kidnapped Africans to be Christianized in Spain before crossing the Great Atlantic. On April 1502, the first of millions of Moorish slaves, that included Israelites, Moorish Israelites as well, arrived onto the Spanish colony, it said, on the island called Hispaniola. With these dates in mind, on April of 2002, it marked the 500 year of American slavery, which includes 135 years of post-13th Amendment hostage taking and mental enslavement during the manumission of the Moorish Americans as a people. This is the true Holocaust to the human family, and there is no memorial built in the nation's capital to this day to say never again. Perhaps because the NBC in their present state is say of absolute vulnerability, did not have the assurances guaranteed to all other nations signed under the International Genocide Treaty. One does not honor the true value of the marvelous light until forced into utter darkness. Likewise, for one to honor freedom in all its glory, one must have reached the depths of slavery. Noble Drew Ali was the first to be authorized and ordained to bring true Islam to the children of the former slaves in America in 1913 AD.
I respect that. I respect that.
Now watch what he say. He says, since there have been scores of daddies, fathers, rogue leaders, false prophets, and silly saviors with claim jumping attempts, a part of the works of Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, aka Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the common goal of these fame seekers was, is to be recognized beyond the grave for their version of Islam or your science. For a period, it appeared to more rabid redeemers of the lost found than there were people to save. Their multiplicity was largely due to two factors. The people were still suffering from mental slavery, which they still have now, and the religion Islam was presented as a new Arabian sculpture to the Western world. This brings us to our subject and warning. If you are a child of former slaves in America, be careful of the version of Islam you accept. It may not lead you to paradise, and it may enslave you again. We stand and pray because Allah directed Noble Drew Ali to teach us this way. According to Surah 4, 101 and 104 of the Quran, we disobeyed this Islamic law in 1492. We're in prostrating prayer position when Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand killed thousands of us during Jumu'ah services. The ones not killed, tortured, or jailed in that year were forced to begin the worst system of slavery ever known to man, chattel slavery in the Americas. The Quran commands us to pray standing or with sword in hand or horseback anytime we are in territories of the enemy of Allah. Here in the U.S., with its freedom religion, separation of the state and church and government is still 99.9% Christian, Islam's natural enemy. For those who close their eyes and off their feet have been warned. There's a time for every knee to bow. Just be sure you are protected when you prostrate, or you may get up a slave. If you're not within your own sovereignty with Islamic rule, you may be on enemy grounds and therefore unsafe to prostrate. Like most birds of a feather, Arabians tend to favor Arabians over other nationalities, be they Islamic or non-believers. They prefer for all nations to dress as they dress and speak as they speak. As all Muslims need to learn the Quran in Arabic in order to get the interpreted essence of Allah's readings through Muhammad, all Moors need to learn the ancient garbs of their forefathers. True Moorish garb is the celestial clothing not designed by the styles and fads that fade with time. They are today good as they were in our parents, for our parents millenniums ago. The only time Moors need to dress as all other Muslim dresses during Hajj. Otherwise, every nation proudly demonstrates their own customs. How you dress can be a part of your taste. Nations are as planets, and Allah has placed each one in its own orbit, so they may complement each other and glorify their creator. Moorish American Muslims should stay in their pure and clean orbit until more divine instructions come along. And when not, when you revert to Islam, go in your proper person and identity. Like any prodigal child's return, the father will receive your submission more piously when you bring the honor of your mother with you. Honoring your mother gives added strength to all who return to Islam and to honor our father, your nationality, your free national name. Don't leave home without it. There's an ever-present danger, and this is where it closes out at. An ever-present danger to every degree of freedom sought when escaping from slavery. The most infamous of these is when escaping from a slave master. The root of freedom may lead most freedom seekers welcoming the vice of slave catchers. Slave masters and slave catchers share a common observation, and they see qualified slaves as their God's gifts to free men with power. Of course, African males and females and their litter have made the best of slaves since the fall of man. This shares a tremendous amount of light. Today's Moors seek and escape roots from the enslaving masters of the USA, Freemasonry, and the Moorish science temples into the Arabian version of Sunni Islam. Once they take the Shahada, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet, they think they are free and safe and home. They look back at their NBC Christian brothers as though they are infidels, dead and deserving of Allah's wrath. But wait, How could they have possibly forgotten the Arabs are still the world's greatest slave catcher of Africans, bar none? Going from various degrees of Western enslavement to Arabian Islamic enslavement is like jumping out of the frying pan into the fire itself. What in the hell are they thinking? Oh, hell has become home so long, it is what they naturally think. Dear readers and truth seekers, be advised these lessons are neither public relations nor propaganda plugs for the Moorish sign symbol of America, nor proselytizing for Sharif Abdul Ali. These are thought stimuli, founded on one truth, never contradicts another truth. And if he can get us to thinking, we will save ourselves. Noble Drew Ali, know what you are coming into in your faith will not be blinded, nor your sincerity misled by the beauty of its entrance that surely awaits you. To begin the essence of your Islamic tour, we will start its origin, which means peace, and is one of the 99 attributes of the great God. All attributes of Allah, and Allah are the pathways emanating from him to him. Islam was created by the first God-man when he realized his fall from divine consciousness. It became a three-step ladder of thought leading from his center to the master center. True Islam has very little to do with rituals, customs, and congregational behaviors. It has always been an inward journey which led and will return man to his God state. This is love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, mercy, right, etc. Allah's spirit and has no equal. So I'll stop right there.
Hey, that was deep. Hey, that was deep. Cause I could replace Allah with my God up in that conversation.
Right.
And I spent all of that.
Right. And that's the whole key, because one truth never contradicts another. You know, and that's the key, bro. And that's basically it. You know, just showing you that we don't practice the Arabized version of Islam. You know what I mean? And this is one of the things that Noble Drew Ali was, you know, they went and got that fatwa and tried to go against him about. They were talking about he say he ain't teaching the Arab thing. It's shot through with hocus pocus. You know what I mean? And so a lot of the teachings that our people, they have no clue, bro. But when it come down to dealing with like guys like that guy, Dr. Reggie, you know, he always trying to attack, you know, the Moors. And he don't even know the true history of the Moors.
Right.
He don't know nothing about Mauritania.
Hey, shout out to the Christian Mystic, Lex Vortex in the building. You know, you're more than welcome to join on with this build. I got a few questions for you on you know, your esoteric, you know, beliefs or how you interpret things. You know what I'm saying, brother? You're always welcome. Go ahead, Commissioner.
Yeah. You know, so that basically, you know, was the gist of what we getting at. But I will show you this dealing with some of that metal netta. You know, I want to show this here so our family know, because a lot of people, like I said, they keep being misled by these guys out here talking about they teaching, you know, the ancient Kemetic science and so forth and so on.
So Reggie has been exposed tonight, right? Everybody. So we're not listening to Reggie no more. We can't listen to everybody in the community.
I just exposed that Reggie don't know nothing about it. Let me show you something, Judah. You see this here?
All right. Yeah, let's get it.
This is how the European came up with trying to make certain symbols other symbols, right? Now, this is what you would call, in most cases, you have what you call, like I say, cursive hieroglyphs.
Yeah.
And then you have what you call hieratic. This is a hieratic word here, right? Now,
which one's hieratic? The one at the top or the bottom?
This is the hieratic right here.
Oh, your arrow right?
This is the hieratic right here. Now, this is supposed to be a determinative. Let them tell it, right? That's what they saying, right?
Okay, explain to the audience what a determinative is.
Well, the European like to tell you a determinative in what they would call the breakdown of most of their readings. They'll tell you it's basically like a punctuation mark.
Okay,
that's all determinatives is. They separate different parts of the text, and they supposed to so-called indicate what something is saying and tell you the meaning. suggests what the meaning is. This is what they would tell you, right? But they created this. The European did. Now they will want you to believe that this symbol is this symbol. Do that look like
we can't see an error. Okay.
You see this? This is hieratic. This is the real alphabet. But they want you to believe that it's this symbol right here, Judah. Now tell me, do this look anything like this to you?
No, they look nothing alike.
But you see how they're trying to make it seem as if this is such, right? You see how the brother is supposed to be this determinative symbol
Okay,
showing.
I pull it up now. I see a little bit. Yeah,
You
okay.
see how they're doing that there? But when
So
you go down,
the one on the left is the correct one, or the one on the right?
this is the right one. This is the real alphabet.
The one on the right. Okay.
Yeah, the one on the right.
All right.
This
Yeah,
here
that look more.
is not-
Yeah. It look more
this is
Afrocentric
not-
anyway.
Yeah, this is not the alphabet, bro. This is pictorial symbols they create. So you'll find them there like that because the European put them together that way. But originally you will have these texts by themselves. So they go through every different letter that they can see. Look at this one. Now these right beside you know that good and well that ain't the same thing. This is let me blow this thing up.
So that one on the one on the left is not. That's 26 dynasty.
Yeah. Now that's where the symbol come from, 26 dynasty, right?
But
now,
the one on the right is the correct one.
Yeah, this is the actual.
There you go. There you
now,
go.
Compare that to that. Do that look anything like that, bro?
I mean, they tried a little bit.
They're trying to push it, but you know,
they tried.
You know good and well if you see some paper and then you go to try to matching that to symbols, bro, you can't do that. Look at the other ones here. These are different forms and different styles of the writer here, basically. See them all up here?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, this is how they came up with creating this. You know what I mean? This was a European. They went through all this time.
Hey, what are you doing right there with them hands? Karate chopping?
That's what I'm saying. You got one hand up, one hand down, but do that look anything like that? Do that look like that, Jude? Huh?
Reggie, hey, they swear up and down they be reading this.
That's what I'm telling you. Now look at that right there.
Smash Rockwell, you got some explaining to do, bro. I love you as my brother, but you got to come on here and talk about this. Smash God, man, go subscribe to Smash Rockwell's channel, bro.
They were really reaching now.
Yeah.
Look at them. They tried to make they got two little pieces, so we're gonna make them the arms. But this is a man standing up. This look like a man at all? No. This is alphabets, bro. And these different expressions are writing them alphabets. Now let me show you something. This is where it get deep at right here, Judah.
All right.
This is where it get real deep at right here. Now let me show you how you properly get a drawing out of this demonstration. I want to show you another measure dealing with the papyri now. So
it's funny, man.
Like I showed you right here. When I tried to get him to read this stuff here.
Reggie couldn't read that?
No, he couldn't read it. You heard him say he couldn't read it. We ain't even finished.
That was for the listening audience. So Reggie couldn't read that out.
No, he couldn't read it.
How come?
You know what I mean? Same thing that Smash couldn't read when I put it up here for him either.
Yeah, I told y'all.
You see what I'm saying?
Commission is adapt in this.
You know, they can't put that over me. Now, okay, let's ask this question. This common sense.
Jabari running.
That's Papper right there, ain't it?
Tahuti running. Go ahead.
That's Papper, ain't it, Judah?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, what is this? How you gonna choose that over the Papper and say that's the original? How you gonna say this the original, bro? When we see the dang on Papper right here in front of us, bro. How you gonna be on my leg and tell me it's huh?
That what they said, family.
How you gonna do that? Now it take time, you know, to go through these measures and actually deal with them. You know what I mean? And like break them down piece by piece. But for example, I can look at this, right?
Yeah.
And I can say, okay, that's a letter M right there, right? See that letter M?
Where the air right? Yeah, the top of the bar.
This is right here. You see it moving?
Okay, yeah, I see you over there.
This is a letter M right here, right?
Yeah.
That's a letter B right there. Some of them jumping out, but I have to look at the style. This is a letter A right here.
We'll go to the A. Show me the A. Show me the A. Where?
Show you the letter A. Okay,
Yeah,
this A
yeah.
right here. You see that letter A that I got? Look like a little 2.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Let me blow it up. I'm gonna go to the letter A in alphabet. I'm gonna show you that I know what I'm talking about.
You talking about the A with the little hook on the leg, but it got like a little hook on his leg.
This is letter T right here and the letter D right here as well. You see what I'm saying? This is letter I. You know, letter I right there. You know, like I say, that's the M right there. Now watch this. I'm finna show you. I know what I'm talking about when I say what I say. I'm just identifying letters right now to show you, you know, that I can see this stuff. Now let's go over here, because this is actually the source that's gonna pull that actual letter up. So when you come down here, right? Let me try the letter M first. Let's just say I'm gonna just put M and R there. Just for the sake of putting it there. Okay, so when we pull up the letters M and R, look at this. You see the symbols? They got different expressions of this letter M now, right? Going through this whole document. You see? And that's what they'll like to try to say is the definition dealing with the word. Well, that's the more letter. But anyway, let me go back up here. Remember I was showing you that letter M and the dot. These are different writings of the same letter M by different people that are writing them. Some of them.
Okay, now let me ask you something. Now, is all this different? Is this Coptic? Like, what are we looking at right here?
This is hieratic too.
Hieratic?
Yeah, you see that letter M? Huh?
Yeah. Okay. I'm saying so. Is hieratic and Coptic? What we looking at?
Well, no, Coptic ain't in this here. This is just hieratic.
Okay, thank you. All right.
This is hieratic, and these are little pictures they try to put up. But see, they tried to make this be the bird with the so-called mouth symbol. Don't look nothing like it, do it. But this is what the European did to connect this. So when you get in the Unicode, it's always gonna connect it to these same symbols, and I call them nothing but markers. They just let me know. Okay, I know this is not an alphabet.
So the Unicode is the numbers below it, right? For the people that's listening. Okay.
Yeah. And so them Unicodes right there direct you to exactly what it is. So if you go to a dictionary, see I was showing you the letter M and R?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they would tell you this is the letter M and this is the letter R. That's how they would teach you. But no, this is the real M and R right here. You see, this is their marker trying to put something there because they can't really identify it. So they created these symbols so that they can try to identify with these letters. And so when they started teaching people to decipher this instead of this, they redirecting you away from what you should really be reading.
Now look at that. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute.
So you see the letter
M. Wait. All these ones is coming on this show. Infidiji, Baba Haru,
none of them can read.
Brother Jabari. Brother Jabari, Dr. Reggie, the Amon Ra Squad, Smash Rockwell.
None of
y'all have never came to the community and told us this. See, this is why at the Lions Gate Academy of Education and Information, you get the good information over here. You see, this is what we do. Right. This is why Kemetian is the face of the Lions Den. He's the Lions Den champion side. Put your champion up, Napa, against our champion, so we can take our belt back, and then we're gonna give it back to Black Jesus Minister.
Now check this out right here. You hear me?
Let's go.
This is the letter A right here, right? Let me blow it up. This is the letter A. Now I'm gonna go over here and show you the letter A.
Circle around the A so people can see where your arrow at.
Right here. That letter A. You see me?
You're at the top, right? Okay, you're at the top, right?
That's it right there, yeah.
Okay.
You see it moving in a circle?
No, I really don't.
You don't see that little
yeah. Okay, I had to move my screen over. I'm on the phone. Okay, yeah, now I see it now. Yep. Okay,
this is the letter A. Now let me go over here and show you the letter A, for example.
Yeah, I see that A. Yeah, that's an A all the way.
Right. Let me go, and it looked like an A. See, some
And the
letters
one,
are
and
same.
the one, and the one above it. If you go up top on top, but if you
Right.
move your arrow, yeah, right there, bam. That's an A right
Yes.
there.
Well, this
Oh,
right here is a
over,
letter T.
over, yeah, over one more, go over to
Oh,
your
right
right.
there.
Yeah, bam, yeah,
Yep, you're right. You able see how you was able to pick that up again?
yeah,
I see your eye sharp. See, that's the
yeah.
letter T and D, interchangeable D, T and D. See, that's that M I was showing you a few minutes. That's M. That's M. And that's how you learn it right here. You just go through there. You know, you can see them. That's a D and a T right there as well. But let me go show you this A though. Let me go back and show you this A in the symbol. I just had it. Here we go right here. Now we're gonna type in the letter A. You know, and we ain't got to do nothing but just put it there. That's how easy it is. We getting y'all exclusives. So when
Right.
y'all hear anybody, you know what I mean, that try to come out here and
It's this real comedic teaching at that.
show you. That's one expression of the A right there. You see it? See that letter? That's it, Judah.
Yeah, I see it. It's a little
You
small.
know,
It look like.
yeah, it's a different, different ways of them writing it. But they have other expressions on that same letter. They got different expressions in dealing with it as well. You know, that's one aspect of the A. I'm gonna show you. Let me see,
Shoot.
because it may even go. Let me see what I have. That one, then pull it up. Let me see something.
See, Reggie, you're gonna have to upgrade your information if you want to be the top comedic teacher that critiques everybody, bro. You know?
Now I can show you how you actually. Let me go right here. I'm gonna go to the actual translated papyri, one of the most complete translated hieratic papyri. You know, up here. Now
So Reggie don't deal with hieratic, huh?
he talking
Or
about he don't.
uh,
This what we need to deal with right here. See, in Reggie world, this wouldn't be nowhere on the scene. It'll just be this and this transliteration here. You used to seeing all that. Remember, Judah?
yeah,
Now let's look at the comparison
Fred
of these,
Flintstone.
of these
Yeah,
pictures. Now, I just showed you this demonstration with the owl, so you
yeah.
remember probably seeing that a few minutes ago. Now, look at here. Do that look anything like that, Judah? Is that in any
Let me
way?
go. Okay, let me go. No, no, no. That don't look nothing like it, man.
What
That's
about
not
this?
like that's apples to oranges. Let me screenshot that, man. Hold up.
Look at that. What about that
Come
and that?
on. Nope.
And
A
what
little
about
bit at the top, maybe. Yeah, they probably could have got. Look, they tried, but they look, yeah.
that's
But
what
that
I'm
app,
telling you. You can see when they
they
was really
tried.
reaching. They was
Yeah,
reaching
they
with it.
tried.
Now look
Nah,
right here.
Reggie,
Look
you
at
gotta be ashamed of yourself.
look at the bottom down here. Do that look anything like that?
But his teacher didn't, like you said, his teacher didn't know the metadata, right? Or even try to translate
If
it.
they
Or,
taught them how they teaching them, they didn't know it. If they taught them like they teaching it, they didn't know it. Now watch
right.
this. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Now these are definitions beside the words. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Look at all this. Now, I'm gonna go to the alphabet too, because it got the
Okay.
alphabet actually already in here, so you can see it. You know what I mean? Now look
Yeah.
at this. They took this symbol of the ripples in the water and tried to make it
Uh,
this. Do that
so
look like that?
download nothing like.
Then they took
You know
this
what I'm
here and
saying?
say, okay, well that's that. Then they took this circle and say that's that, and then
Yeah,
that's
it's kind
that.
of close on that one.
You see what I'm saying?
They kind of close.
They,
You know.
they reaching though.
I ain't gonna hate on for trying. They kind of close.
They make it
Some
look
of them they
real
messing
good.
up.
Don't they make it look real good in certain aspects? But like, y'all know it might be. No, bro. That is not the wave, bro. You feel me?
Right.
So the key is again they
So,
hid.
okay, so where they getting these little? Okay, so where they getting these little character figures from? Then what dynasty
It's
is that?
coming from the hieratic papyri. It's coming from the hieratic papyri.
Okay, you showing me something that's older. Now, that's come from the Hieratic papyrus?
Yeah, it's hieratic paper, and then of course, they keep throwing these symbols on the side.
Okay,
Like
but
this,
then where are these little like more to life characters coming from that we can relate to?
that's where they creating up. That's where they creating the pictorial
Well,
glyph.
what year this shit? Excuse me. What year did this come out?
They
That's my
actually
question.
have it at the top of some of the papers. Some of it come from the 28th dynasty, 18th dynasty.
Oh, okay,
But
so they was drawing
I
like
got
that.
I got paper where some of it don't even mention a lot of these other symbols in them. You know what I mean?
So what
So
dynasty did these glyphs that you showing us come from?
what these particular glyphs here,
The one
this
over to
guy
the left.
come
The
out
one
which
that,
one to the left? That
yeah,
this a whole paper, right? So it gives you the history. This is from like
yeah,
I'm gonna
you
show
should.
you
Yep,
right
yeah, you showed it. Yeah, show it again though. You show it
now. I'm
right.
gonna
You
show
show
you.
it. Show it.
And
Yep.
this particular paper here is called, for those that don't
The
know,
most complete.
called
The most complete one, right?
the writing of a skillful scribe, right? This is what we
Okay.
call an introduction to Hieratic, what they call a Middle Egyptian, through the text of the shipwreck sailor. You see what I'm saying? And this particular story right here is Middle Egyptian, is what they are saying, right? And so when you go into this teaching here, it actually gives you the whole history of it. You know what I
Just slow
mean?
down. Just slow
They
down a little
tell
bit,
you
though.
that
So people
right here,
can
Middle Egyptian.
Oh, okay. You're
Yep.
trying to get to that. Okay.
Yeah, Middle Egyptian is the name given to the language documented by the text in the 9th through the 18th dynasties. 2140 BCE, 1360 BCE. So that's when this particular text is written, between this particular time. You see what I'm saying? They also have some old Egyptian that's not considered pictures. The old Egyptian is actually considered hieratic too. I got a whole, you know what? I'm gonna show it to you
The
right now.
old Egyptian is considered hieratic,
Yeah, they got some old Egyptian that's considered hieratic too.
but
Because they
Reggie
show,
don't deal. But hold on, once again, Reggie don't deal with hieratic, right?
nah, he don't deal with that.
What
Let
type of
him. He
old
think
museum tour guide is this?
pictures
Everybody
came.
who went on tour, Reggie, ask for a refund. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
see,
this ain't right what you're doing to the people, Reggie.
this is
No,
another.
Reggie, don't take it serious. I'm just joking with you, bro. I'm just joking.
See all
I
these
ain't taking it.
hieratic.
Hey, for the people who still believe in Reggie, go out on the tour with him, you know what I'm saying, and learn from Reggie.
You see all the hieratic papyri right here, bro.
Right.
These are
Oh, look at
copies.
that.
All these are copies of hieratic papyri, right? Check them
Yeah.
out. Watch this. Look. Hold up. I hate when that thing start locking up like that. I tell you what, we'll do it this way then. This is another measure, and it's the same document. I know what I got to do. This is what I'm gonna do.
It
I gotta
almost looks Arabic, though. You know.
That's exactly what I'm showing you. A lot of other languages evolved out of this language.
See what
So
I'm
what I'm
talking about? See, I got an eye for this stuff, man.
I'm gonna
We just gotta keep
download.
it truthful. Yeah.
I'm gonna download this here, and then I can open it up, and it won't be getting away from me. Because I want you to really see this right here, bro. It's important that you get this drawing here. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Open up. What you doing? Okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now it'll flow like it's supposed to.
Hey, Commissioner, you said one thing during your demonstration. So you said that the Arabian slave trade they had the most slaves out of anybody, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
when
why
they
I
would they
said
be
the Arabs was enslaving the Moors.
right? So would they be the Esau of that day? Hold on, would they be the Esau of that day? The people that were
Pretty
the
much,
part of would they be
yeah,
say it one more time? Would they be the Esau of that day?
yeah. And that ain't no secret.
Say
We
it one
teach,
more time for these guys.
we teach that, but see, the
And
Arabs
then we
ain't
don't
got
know who
nothing.
will be the Esau of the next generation times that pass.
Yeah.
Shit, who in power? We don't
See, the
know.
thing is, Muhammad prophesied that they was gonna do that. Their own prophet, he prophesied that the Arab was gonna do that. You know what I mean? They killed each other. They started cutting each other throat, bro, after he died.
And look at that.
You gotta remember his own ancestors, they were trying to kill Prophet Muhammad, bro. The Arabs were trying to kill Prophet Muhammad. They was peeing where he made salat at, bro. Because they wanted to keep worshiping that paganized, and some of them paganized Arabs survived. Because some of the followers of Muhammad wanted to kill him. And he told them don't kill him because they said there is no God but Allah. So even if you know that they're hypocrites, you know what I mean, still they your brother. As soon as Prophet Muhammad died, them same people that them brothers wanted to kill end up killing them. You know what I mean?
Man, jealousy and envy is
Same
one
one that
thing, bro.
he gave
It's
a
a
pass.
downfall. Jealousy and envy and pride.
Yeah, them was his uncles and stuff that was trying to run him out from around. They were making money off them idols. And so when he brought the worship of Allah there, it offset the worship of the idol worship, the money they was making. So he had his own uncles trying to get him killed. You feel me?
That's deep. You gonna have to do a presentation or a story on that one because I ain't never, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I ain't never
that's
heard that. You know,
that's in the history of Arabia, bro.
right? So
Yeah.
so listen, they
Soon as he
they
died,
have
they
been
started
saying more.
fighting.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Let me
No, I
just-
was just saying, as soon as he died, that's why you had the Muslims fighting Muslims. They were killing each other.
right, because they were trying
You know?
to see who be in power.
Because there was some that was in there that was still had paganistic beliefs, but acting like they were Muslim based. Same thing like terrorists. They act like they studying Islam, but really they don't care nothing about Islam. So they act as if they are that to infiltrate it and destroy the teaching from within. So therefore, when they commit acts in the name of Islam, it really kill two birds. It destroy the body, and they get some of the real believers killed because they don't believe in that teaching. You feel me?
Yeah,
It's called mercenary infiltration.
nah.
That's what's going on. So we make you do heinous acts in the name of God, kill your family member, and then you gonna be so mad about your family member being killed to where you gonna go to war. And when people don't believe that you wasn't the one that did it anyway, it's like, all right, now you done been labeled what you labeled, but it was really the other individuals that infiltrated that body that was really doing those things. You got me?
Yeah, but it's gonna always be infiltration in everybody, man.
But that's in every belief system.
That was
That's
a double
like
entendre.
acting like they Moors. You see what I'm saying? But all the while they ain't Moors. A lot of Masons. You know what I mean? Same type of demonstration, bro.
All right, so let's go over this. Yeah, what you got here on the screen? You got
Yeah,
the
so
hieroglyphs, and then explain the OKPF. F. You know, explain
this
each
like
little
Old Kingdom.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
Old Kingdom, Miller Kingdom, New Kingdom. You know, that's just different forms of that right there. But you're gonna see that. Now, this is your Coptic and your Demotic. But these the equivalent letters of the Demotic and the Coptic. So you can see the relations of these things. See that Coptic looking like that Demotic. This letter here pretty much stay the same all the way in the Arabic too. And the Hebrew. The Hebrew SH letter.
Yeah, that's what that stands for. The pronunciation is sh. Yeah,
That's right.
each pronunciation.
That's right. The Shem, that alphabet that deal with that, it's the same shape, but just a little different out. See what I'm saying? So all of these are different alphabet letter, but I want to get down here to the actual meat of it. So see right here, that letter A again. Remember, you already know that's a letter A, right? This is Middle Kingdom, Old Kingdom. You see, a lot of this is cursive hieroglyph, though. A lot of people get that confused with hieratic. Cursive hieroglyph and hieratic is different.
Hey, you gotta admit that the Old Kingdom is pretty close to the owl that they go over to the left.
That's cursive hieratic. I mean cursive hieroglyphs is what I meant to say. That's cursive hieroglyphs, you know. And I show you the difference between them and why they look alike.
Now, when they went to Dynasty 18, they went off a little bit. It was like a snake instead of an owl.
I'm gonna show you what's going on here. Let me see here real quick. I'm gonna show you what cursive hieroglyph is compared to what it is compared to hieratic. I'm gonna show it to you right now.
Hey, Lex Fortes, if you out there, man, jump on the panel, man. Come on, bro.
Okay. I see somebody kicking up from the den right there. Yeah, let me get right down here to this cursive because I got it right here. It's easy to get to right here than trying to dig through my other stuff. Okay, I'm finna show it to you right now. Okay. That's some of the Hebrew stuff I was telling you that's rooted in Kemet right there too.
Uh-huh.
Let me see right here. Okay, come on. Almost there. There we go, right there. This is a prime example right here, bro. This is cursive hieroglyphs. You see what it looked like compared to hieratic?
Okay, let me go.
Let me blow it up.
Yeah.
You see the difference between the two? This is
Yeah,
cursive hieroglyphs. And this is hieratic.
The cursive hieroglyph look more like pictograms or something. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm telling you. It's just a stick form of writing the pictograms.
Yeah.
That's what cursive hieroglyphs are.
Like
but if
they lost the art form of doing it right. What the hell happening here?
But if you ain't careful, you'll confuse this with this. And you see how easy it is to confuse it. But I'm going to show you even better picture so you can see the difference between. I'll show you another picture right here. Here it go right here. I put them right beside each other.
Yeah.
See that right there? Now, you see the obvious difference? That's hieratic right there. Now look at the cursive hieroglyphs beside it.
Wait a minute. I'm in my phone. So which one you on?
See it right there?
Where you moving at? Okay, yeah.
You see the white, that's hieratic. This is cursive hieroglyphs. You see the difference between the two?
Yeah.
See the difference? You couldn't tell if you don't really pay attention to it. That's hieratic, that's cursive hieroglyphs, which is basically the same as the regular pictures, and I put them beside each other. This is the picture.
Some of it is pretty close, though.
No, I'm talking about this here. Look at this here. See, this is glyphs. It's pictorial glyphs. Now that's cursive hieroglyphs.
Okay, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Nothing more than a stick form of writing.
Okay, yeah, I get you now.
So cursive.
They go to A right there. They go to A. I see A right there.
See, that's what he was trying to call. Reggie was trying to call this shorthand when I was showing him hieratic, because he mixed hieratic up with cursive hieroglyphs. You see what I'm saying? Look at this. This is the snake in the regular picture. That's the cursive form of the snake. That's the feather. That's the cursive form of the feather. You see?
We should be going with the one on the left, right?
Well, we should now one of these is
now one on right?
Nah, now one of these should be the original text, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? This is always the original text.
Over here.
A lot of this came during the time of Ptolemy, after the original Egyptians. See what I'm saying? This is their form of what they created. See what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
A lot of this.
So which one do Reggie and them deal with? The one over here where we at?
The one Reggie and them be on right here.
Oh, okay.
That's their demonstration. A lot of that is Ptolemaic hieroglyphs, bro.
So, how can Reggie yell at the Israelites and say we dealing with Greek writings and all that, and told him he dealing with the same thing?
Cause nobody knew that's what he was doing until I exposed it.
Yeah, Reggie, hang up your hat and just sit back and maybe be a moderator in the chat, and don't get in front of the camera no more, man. At least for about 5 or 6 months. I'm talking about with this information, man. This ain't no disrespect, but your day as top Kemetian scholar, which I never thought you were anyway, is over.
See, the difference is this. This is a script. These are signs and symbols, and they meant to be understood metaphysically. They ain't
All
meant
right,
to be
stop there.
understood.
Stop there for the audience. Now,
Mhm.
you say metaphysically. Go ahead and kind of just
Yeah.
brief.
In
Tell them
other
what you
words,
got metaphysically.
what is the nature of a serpent?
What is the nature of what?
A serpent.
He's he can be deceptive, cunning.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Those are certain characteristics, right?
Yeah.
You know, some people even talk about be, you know, it actually speak on it in the Bible. Be as wise as
You say
serpents and
yeah. You say protective. Yeah. You know, protective. You know, because you run from a rattlesnake, you're gonna protect yourself. You
yep.
know. But I said deceptive. But you know, when I said serpent, I said deceptive. Then I said, hey,
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can get many different, meanings.
right,
Wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
right. But
A lot of these animal characteristics are mentioned right there in the Bible.
yeah.
You know, but anyway, like when you go into another measure of the serpent here, this is more like viper. You see what I'm saying? This is the one that come out of the headdress of the ancient pharaohs, more like the cobra. But this
Uh-huh.
viper here is more on the belly, poison.
Where you at now? Are you on the white screen? Because I'm on the phone, so I got to switch over as you go.
Oh, I'm
If you,
showing in the cursive hieroglyphs.
are
I'm
we
just
back to the
pointing
cursive?
out how we dealing with the metaphysics of it.
So we ain't at the hieratic no more. Okay, so I got to okay cursive.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm showing the metaphysical interpretation of these things. Like,
Okay.
this particular bird here. Some would say, well, okay, it's a hawk, falcon or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
What's the nature of the hawk or the falcon? You know what I mean? What's the qualities and characteristics of it? You know what I mean? So
Uh,
when you deal with the metaphysics and understand what these things do, like the nature of the owl, the nature of the quail. And that's why I say when you read Metal Netta, it's really observing creation, bro. These are things that exist in creation. So study the nature of these things. And what can you pull out of these things when you study the nature of them? You see?
so doing that make that better than
Better than what they try to
following
do.
law, statutes, commandments of the Bible, or
Well,
do it
that
all
what
tie
it
in together? Because that's how
what
they
it
try to
is,
play it. No,
well,
but
what it
that's a serious question, ain't it? Because that's how they try to play it.
well, what it
We
is, bro, this was never even meant to be understood as a language. It was only for the priesthood because the priesthood didn't teach this to the common people.
now look at that.
You see what I'm saying? They didn't teach that to the common masses, bro. They only
So
taught that to the high priest. And I'm finna show it to you. I'm gonna prove it right here. Now that I said all of that, I got the
yeah,
documents with old text that existed way before these Europeans started doing the foolery that they started doing. And I showed this to our family before a while ago. You know what I mean? And so, for example, it said here, for example, right? Speaking on the Egyptians, it says gives fanciful commentaries. This is the case of the falcon sign, right? When they want to indicate a god, they draw a falcon. A god because it is a fecund
okay,
animal with long life. Moreover, because it seemingly is the representation of the sun because it can look at the sun rays sharper than any other bird. This is why physicians use the falcon's herb for eyes healing, and why
right,
sometimes depict the hierarchomorphic sun as the lord of visual acuity. That ain't got nothing to do with no alphabets. That's telling you what the nature of a falcon is. You see what I'm saying?
right, right,
Thus,
right.
the falcon means for them, the Egyptians, everything that goes fast, because
So what?
this probably is
So
the fastest bird. You hear Infodesia talking about that all the time. The falcon swoops down
yeah.
fast. That's where he getting this from. So he taking portions of the
Uh-huh.
teaching, but he ain't taking the whole of the proper teaching. You
Okay,
see what
so but slow down for 1 second for us Hebrews that's trying to
Yeah.
learn where they're coming from. So you
Mhm.
mean to tell me, are they trying to make these little symbols like alphabets?
That's what I'm telling you. Some of them they made alphabets wasn't meant to be made alphabet.
What the hell going on, Reggie?
They were
Jabari.
things. They were things.
But Jabari ain't doing that. Jabari ain't
And they
doing that.
want you to believe that I'm crazy for telling you this.
Is Smash Rockwell doing that too?
All of them that's read
Oh,
trying to read
Smash.
symbols.
Now don't say it ain't so, Smash.
Every last one of them trying to read symbols, bro. Any of them, all
Ah,
of them, the old ones and the young, bro. If they focus on reading about symbols, bro.
see,
And
this is
brother
what I told y'all. We got
Walter Williams
we got the
confirmed.
cold we got the coldest guys over at the Lions there. I
We
try
ain't
to
gonna lie to you, bro. We
they
ain't
wouldn't
just
sleep on
attacking
us,
these
man.
dudes because
See what
they
I'm
don't
saying?
know no better.
They don't know better.
They going on what they've been taught because it sound good.
It
They
sounds
accept
great.
they accept what Rome has given them. I don't accept that though. You feel me? I don't accept it, bro. I'm willing to go against all of the academic,
That's right.
and be crucified by it. I don't care. I don't move off because somebody else agree with me and all that foolishness. You feel me?
You ain't supposed to, man.
Yeah, nah, bro. That's how real I am, bro. I stand alone. If I gotta stand alone and expose this, bro, and them come at me and come against me, I'm
But hold
willing to
up,
stand
but
against
hold
you.
up, hold up, brother. Now, what the hell? Why are they mad? This is information. This is
Because
y'all
they've been
some
teaching
false
this for so
doctrine.
long, bro.
They're acting like y'all can read. We been knew y'all couldn't read this shit.
They mad because they've been teaching this stuff for so long.
Dr. Ben didn't even take, like you said, he didn't even take these classes. He wasn't doing these type of classes with y'all. He was
Yeah,
teaching more. He was more of a historic level. You know what I'm saying? He was doing history and stuff. He had his part, Reggie. But
yeah,
updated information has come out, so
yeah,
you
they've been
can't knock.
teaching all
He
this
tried to
stuff.
knock you because you was 42, bro. I'm
Yeah.
57. All this type of shit, man. Come on,
Well,
man.
he didn't know I was that old. He thought I was younger than that.
Oh, yeah, okay, but
That's why
yeah,
he was coming off like he was. You know what I mean? That's why I told him I just look like this. You feel me?
yeah.
So, but
That's
like
because
yeah,
you got
like what I'm
experience,
saying,
man.
they don't know. Like I say, I use my way of vetting this in a whole different way, bro. And I can go through the languages itself to vet what I'm saying. And that's what I do. Just like I showed here. For example, we know for a fact that the word for spirit in Hebrew is ruach, right? Ruach, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you.
In the Arabic, it's ruh, right?
Oh, where you at on the screen?
Compared,
Yeah, I'm
compared,
looking.
compared to Kemet,
Okay, I see.
it's Ra. So what is Ra in ancient Kemet? Ra represent light, the sun, right? So when it say Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth, and we talk about the spirit of God, Ra, Ray, and Ruach. By me vetting these words, bro,
Uh-huh.
I can show you that these words are what they are.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's the same in the Hebrew, same in Arabic. The only difference is the pronunciation of them. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
ruh and ruach in Arabic and Hebrew both mean spirit.
Right. You're right
The
about
root,
that.
the root of ruh in Arabic is ra. This is the root of the word ruh.
Root
It's
of
ra.
it. Right.
You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? I ain't making this stuff up. You understand? And that's how easy it is to deal with this language, bro.
See, Captain Zarek, you need to come over here and bring your students and learn at the feet of
Just
Kemetian
like
at
this,
that
right?
and teach you some real history, bro, so you can spread it out in the streets and stop
It's,
all this division, bro. You know,
it's just
goddamn well. Hold on, you know, goddamn well. We started a lot. We migrated to Egypt, bro. Our families.
Isaiah 19. And check what it say right here. See, just like I showed y'all with the word also. See, it's some sound changing that go on with this. See the ASAR, you Judah?
Okay, let me see what you
Asar,
had on the screen. Hold on.
See also?
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. Okay, 'cause I'm on the phone. I gotta scroll over because you got a big screen. All right,
Right,
go.
right,
Yeah. Now, and I blew it up so I can see.
right.
All
So
right.
also, also known as Usa or Usir,
Uh-huh.
right? It's in reference to the ancient Egyptian official, right?
Right.
Now, it tell you also that the W, see, W is interchangeable with the letter U. So Osir becomes Wazir. Wazir is a official title as well. Wazir means a vizier, a high-ranking political advisor, minister. So
Right.
you see, it still contains its original definition, though the word changes.
Official. Yep. I see official. Yeah.
Egyptian official, and then one becomes a minister.
Right.
So this is in Arabic here, Wazir,
Right there.
Grand Wazir, which really comes from Usir, which goes back to Osar.
That's right.
You see? Now the deeper aspect of this here, look, Usert,
Uh-huh.
which means strength, power, might,
Right.
strong thing. Useru, Usir, God of strength.
So don't go so fast, man. Slow down a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
Right,
Okay. 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 I see. I see. I see where you're at.
right. So most of this is dealing with strength, right? Usir. Now watch this, how powerful this is. They go
Hmm.
Usar right there, Usir again.
Yeah.
You know, same thing, and that's what these symbols represent: power and royalty. See here it says to be strong.
Now,
Usir.
hold on, stop for 1 second. Which one? They both mean the same thing, but just two different drawings. Because you got one of them with like a statue, and then you got the eye behind it. That's like his seat. What is that? What is that like his seat where he sit?
Yeah, well, what I'm showing you, this is the name Wasir.
But I'm saying go over there where that eye is over there with your
Right
arrow.
here,
Yeah. Now what is that's the eye. Now what is this right here next to it? The eye.
to my right here, or right
Yeah.
here.
Now go see that.
Up,
Yeah,
up,
right there where the eye is. Yep. And then what's that to the left? Come on,
to my right here.
where the figure's at.
Okay, let me
Underneath the
see.
right underneath the picture of Assad.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm pointing out when I say
But
right here.
go over to the where the eye is. The eye is.
Okay,
Right.
these
Yeah.
symbols, that's what I'm saying. That don't even mean nothing.
Oh, okay. That's
What
what I
I'm
was
saying,
asking.
what I'm saying is like
Okay.
you gonna see that because this was cropped out from these Western dictionaries.
That's very important to
So
point
you
out
go,
there once
yeah,
again.
you gonna always see that on the side. Now, if I go and show you what this
So don't
is,
even try to read that mess over there.
no, don't even pay no attention because this transliteration really come from either Coptic,
Uh-huh.
Arabic, or Demotic. You see what
Now
I'm
if you
saying?
go now if you go back over to the left, this is what Reggie is teaching, the outdated form of reading the Metanetic, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen.
Now let me go over here. I'm gonna use
All right,
this
go ahead.
Unicode. I'm gonna show you a trick with this Unicode. I might be able to. I'm gonna show you something here.
But
Watch this.
am I right or wrong? Reggie's teaching the outdated form over to the left, right?
Of course,
See, now I want everybody to hear that.
he
See,
teaching a form that really shouldn't have been dated at all.
now look at that.
Let me see. I'm gonna go to Q1 and D4 right here. Right. I'm gonna type this in and see what we get.
Reggie, you should have never came at the commission, bro. You looking bad.
Let's see. Okay, Q1. Let me
You
see
don't
what it
respect
was.
the information, man.
Okay, here we go. There you go, right there. Let's see what letter they done remixed. There you go, right there. This is what you're looking at. See that? That's Q1, right?
Let me get you. Okay, where you at? Okay, yeah, I see. Yep,
Yeah,
right.
the same thing you was asking me about.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The
what's that
Q,
all about? That ain't important.
nah, it ain't. This is
That
this
ain't
is
nothing.
just this is just the symbol they have here. These are the real alphabets.
Okay.
So what we gonna do is
Uh-huh.
every symbol that done been converted to a picture, we converting them back to alphabets, and we gonna build our dictionary off alphabets.
I
You
feel
got
you.
it?
That's your
So it look
methodology.
like Hebrew,
But
like
that's the
how Hebrew have the
methodology.
regular letters. Go ahead.
Right. That's your methodology of how you trying to decipher and get it right
To
to the original thought.
the original thought. That's right.
That's it.
These are nothing more than markers. That's all I look at them at. They really nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they don't like it when I talk about it like that because they done studied it for so long and put their faith in it for so long. So when I say it's nothing, they think I'm crazy.
Right.
At least they want you to think that.
Well, you teach me your way on how to
So,
decipher, and I'm gonna roll with you.
so now
I'm gonna
this is
roll
your
with you.
D4. Look at your D4. Remember it had the I you was asking me about? So
Uh-huh.
now you know the Unicode is Q1 and D4, and the Unicode Q1 and D4 make up. This is the D4. This is that I that you see right here. See it right there. I just showed you the Q1, and then D4 is right there. So when you pull it up, that's your D4, Dynasty 4. You see what I'm saying? Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is what we call cursive hieroglyphs. That's why it looked like that. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes on and so forth and so on. But I'm telling you, bro. Now let me go back here because it's something I wanted to show you when you go back to Usir. The word Usir meaning power and to be strong and all that right there, bro. That's really when they say Usert, that's where they get the concept of assert.
Right.
You want to assert their authority, assert their power.
Yeah.
So you can even see that word actually going all the way back to Kemet. Ain't that crazy?
Right.
The power, assert your God.
It would be like uproot as well, right? Assert.
Yeah, yeah. When you assert your authority, yeah, you can
Yeah.
uproot somebody else's authority by asserting your own authority.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Uh,
like, these are measures that we can go into, like, even with the word amen. A lot of people don't know this word amen, which means the hidden one. In the Hebrew, when you go into the concept of amen, it actually means being faithful. You feel me? In the Arabic, it also means being faithful. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So all
Hey,
of these
hey,
words we can go
Mitch,
back
can you
to.
can you read somebody trying to interact with you on the comment screen? What they say there?
Let me see what they're saying. Let me scroll it down. That thing's so far up.
Yeah, Kemet and Christianity separated like the language was separated at Babylon. The
See, this
Israelites
is this is
were.
somebody.
Oh, can you read it? Because I can't see it. Go ahead and read it.
The Israelites were there along with the other nations. It says, like America, should there be secrets to the Aztec? You know what I mean?
What do you mean
And
by that?
there's one Aztec language directly connected. Aztec is of course connected to the Egyptian language. Every language is connected to the Egyptian language.
Uh-huh.
Every language, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Every language. But the proof of how you connect these languages to Egypt has to do with the Abjad family.
Yeah. That's
The
the tell them what it is. A B C D.
A, B, G, and D.
Okay, there you go.
A, B, G, and D. You know what I mean? Every original language began with that. In English, it became A, B, C, and D.
So A B D and G. So C is not in there. Okay.
Right, right. It's the Latin language that they have the C in. So A, B, C, D come from A, B, G, D.
And the abjad can be found all over the world.
All over the world, bro. That's how you can
Everybody's there.
tell
But
if
it
it's
started from Kemet. It started there. I will agree with that. I burned that out in one of my debates. I would
right,
agree.
right. That's how you can tell it's Afro-Asiatic language.
Afro-Asiatic.
And so when it come to that, and I got your charts for all of it, bro. Let me show you real quick. Because a lot of people, they think we just be talking. I'm gonna show you. Because I
Yeah.
already taught on this. If you go into my videos, you're gonna see it anyway. Like you'll see what I done built on this so many times. But for example, here go one right here, the origin of languages, right? You see that opening up right there, Judah?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this. Let me show you something. See that alphabet that's on what they call the emerald tablets
Let's see.
or Tehuti? That's really this.
Okay, yeah, okay.
The emerald
Now,
tablets. But
start right there, because no, you can't just breeze by that. Now,
yeah, I'm gonna go back to it.
well, just 1 second. Let me just say something real quick. Now, I said
Mhm.
something about the Emerald Tablets before, and Jabari said this. That's not you can't go off the Emerald Tablets. Well, look how what the letters look like though.
I'm finna show you
That's
what
a
they is.
start. You
I'm
see,
finna,
how you gonna discredit that?
I'm finna show you what it
Man,
is.
look
They
at it.
don't know. They don't know
I
this, bro.
tried to put you guys up on the Emerald Challenge a long time ago. But go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
they
They
don't know
laughed
this.
me off the show, bro. They laughed me off the show.
I'm finna show you the language it's written in, bro. These dudes so arrogant when you try to show them what they don't know, they laugh at it. But
Right.
bro, let me show you the emerald tablets, what they really is, the language, the alphabet.
Let's
See,
get
it
it.
say Egyptian, right?
I tried to show these guys that, man.
You
They
see
laughed
that?
at you, man.
You see that? Where
Hold
it
on, let me
say
see.
Egyptian?
Hold on. You to the hold up. You to the right. You to the right or the left?
I'm in the middle.
Okay, in the middle. Okay, let me blow my screen up.
Yeah, you see where it say Egyptian,
Yeah.
Tartestan, and Iberian?
Yeah.
Now look at the alphabets. Let me blow it up.
Yeah, blow it up a little more.
You see this alphabet? Do you see how all of them are the same, though they being called by different names?
Yeah.
Some just have a lack of alphabet. And you ain't even seen this one. This ain't Demotic. This ain't Hieratic. This ain't Coptic or neither one of them. But look, it's called Egyptian and Iberian. Now, the Emerald Tablet language is a language they say Tehuti taught, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, Tehuti was said to be the originator of Metal Netta as well.
Yeah.
The Iberian Peninsula, bro, Iberian area, is where you have what they call the Richat structure, where Atlantis was. They say Atlantis fell.
You've been there say Atlantis over there with them guys. Or
They,
you've been there say Tahuti
nah, they ain't seen it yet.
responsible for building
I'm gonna do a
the pyramid.
presentation.
It said in the Sumerian tablets. They don't want to link in the Sumerian tablets or something. I don't know what's wrong with these guys, man. I've been past their understanding a long time ago.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do a presentation, bro, one day, you know, on the Iberian, because coming from Atlantis, bro, it says that Tehuti was Atlantean that left Atlantis when it fell,
Yep.
and he taught the Egyptians. You understand?
Yeah, because they
And
was barbarian. They was barbarians. Hey,
so
listen, hold up. Was they not barbarians in
yeah,
the
they
story?
didn't know. They didn't have no knowledge of nothing. Yeah, that's
Okay,
what
now
that's the
JJ
truth.
ain't lying.
Osiris was his first student, bro. That's who Tehuti taught, Osar. And he civilized Egypt with what he learned from Tehuti. So Iberian Peninsula, which is Atlantis, right? These particular ones left the west because they migrated all the way from the east, out of the Garden of Eden to the west, then came back to establish the Nile Valley civilization. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so this is the language here. Tartessan, here's the same thing here. I'm moving it over in a clear
I gotta
version.
get my charger. So keep talking, fam.
Yeah, this is a clear version of it right here. Egyptology, you know, dealing with another alphabet that most people have no knowledge of. A lot of this information also coincide with the information of Sinzar that our brother always talk about. You know, Mighty Hebrew. You know what I mean? So this alphabet here really is the universal alphabet that went into Phoenicia and also became later known as Paleo-Hebrew. And this is the same alphabet that was utilized before the Tower of Babel. You see what I'm saying? So, hold up. So when you come over here and you look at this alphabet here, that's the same alphabet that I just showed you. The Phoenician style alphabet is the same thing on the emerald tablets, basically. That same style alphabet. So every other alphabet that you have, yes, a lot of it derives from here. You go into dealing with it. People make it more complicated than what it is because they want to go off what they was already taught. And that's why they can't learn nothing, because they stubborn. You know, it don't make no sense to them because everything I'm telling them going against what they taught by the European. They want to accept what Rome taught them and their own brother telling them that ain't right. And you want to think, ain't coming up here, bro, to get out here just to make myself look crazy by going in opposition. I'm telling you, because I done did the research. Problem is, I'm learning how much these dudes love these Europeans and trying to claim that they pro-black and, you know, so Afrocentric. But they in love with this Roman because here I am correcting this swine and y'all can't let him go. Y'all think the swine just can't be right. He got to be right. I'm wrong. That show you that you mentally enslaved. You see? And I'm showing you the truth. So they go that alphabet that I was pointing out, that I said one of the most universal alphabets. You see the Proto-Canaanite. They calling it Proto-Canaanite. It's the same one they were calling Egyptian earlier. That's their variation of it. Then you have the Aramaic version of it. That's the same alphabet, family. I was just showing you that was called Egyptian and Iberian. Now it's being called Greek right here. Phoenician over here. Different forms of the Phoenician over there. And all of them in abjad order. You see? Even this Egyptian alphabet with the hieratic right here, which they comparing to these same letters. You know, see the letters here that I was showing you? They comparing, you know, these pictures to the letters. This is the real deal, the hieratic, family. When they figure that out, it'll be too late because we're going to be done basically translated and transliterated so much papyri. You know, it'll be what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm going to let them keep believing what they want to believe. You know, if they believe in that particular way, that's them. I'm going to let them keep believing that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what it is, though, family. That's right. Ptolemy and Rome were working together, indigenous black. That's right. Ptolemy and Rome were working together, bro. And that's the problem. I'm going to show you something. What happened when you type in Ptolemaic hieroglyph. It's still in my memory right now. I'm going to show you what Ptolemaic hieroglyphs deal with, family. Look, visible language, inventors of writings in the ancient Middle East and beyond, right? This is dealing with the Ptolemaic hieroglyphs, right? See this here? The designation of Ptolemaic hieroglyphs is used by Egyptologists to refer to the script employed by the scribes of Egyptian temples after the conquest of Egypt by Alexander the Greek. I call him Alexander the Greek. It says until the end of the 2nd century, also called figurative or cryptographic hieroglyphs. Ptolemaic hieroglyphs now. When it originated? This was after the conquest of Egypt. So if Ptolemaic hieroglyphs came after the conquest of Egypt, family, let me show you what cryptography deals with when it says cryptographic. Let me show you.
I'm back, family.
Yes, sir. You see this right here? You need this, Judah. See this here? This is dealing with a book on Ptolemaic hieroglyphs. The designation of Ptolemaic hieroglyphs is
Your screen ain't showing.
Oh, you don't see that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, my bad. Thank you. Okay, here it go right here. Okay, this is it right here. The designation of Ptolemaic hieroglyphs is used by the Egyptologists to refer to the script.
Let me gotta share the screen.
It ain't showing yet.
Mm-mm.
Oh, she might be out of there.
All right.
You don't see.
Let me say she getting sleepy, man. We're gonna do a part 2.
Okay, so you say you don't see that?
I didn't give you some candy.
You don't see that?
Yeah, we see it now. Yeah.
Okay, it says the designation of Ptolemaic hieroglyphs.
You have to keep your screen sharing.
Okay.
Rock out.
I got you. So it says the designation of the Ptolemaic hieroglyphs is used by Egyptologists to refer to the script employed by the scribes of Egyptian temples after the conquest of Egypt by Alexander the Great. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
In other words, these hieroglyphs originated after they conquered Egypt.
There you go.
So cryptographic hieroglyphs, it says they are not only synonymous with extreme complication, obscure puns, and strange puzzles.
We're getting ready to wrap it up. We're getting ready to wrap it up. But I mean, we didn't beat him up enough tonight. But go ahead,
Right.
go ahead and close it out, Kamisha. Because on this part right here, what you're talking about, and then excuse me, you do your little shout outs like,
Right.
I'm calling all you Kemetics out. Shaka, look. Shaka, all y'all out there. Shaka, Reggie,
all is well.
Infodizi, Baba Haru, Jabari, Reggie, Mudawa, he's sometimes a Kemetic. The Amon Ra Squad, the ones that rock with the Kemetics. Black Lion Supreme, all y'all. We've been whooping you Kemetics for years. Give it up. Me, Mighty Hebrew, Kemetian, Raphael. We've been whooping up on you Kemetics for years, man. When y'all gonna stop this madness? And either get what we'll at least try to do what Kemetian doing. It ain't about whooping on bitches, I'm just talking stuff on debate talk. But at least what he trying to do, he got his own methodology. He's doing comparative studies. He's comparing, he's going back to what you say, the Coptic, no, Hieratic, the Hieratic, right? That Reggie said he couldn't even read, but Reggie been telling us he's our top Kemetic scholar and critiques everybody in the community. He got on Jabari because Jabari couldn't read the metadata. But then somebody go back further than you. Now what, Reggie? You disappointed the House of Consciousness tonight. Sinetta called you a traitor twice. Right? Sinetta, you would be a fool to have Reggie back on your platform like that, bro. That he traded on you twice. First with Kemet on trial. And now he running over there with Garfield and them. Ain't that what you said tonight, Sinetta? See? Then Reggie comes against everybody in the community when they do their presentations. And then a person up there like, well, what? You know what, brother? You want to challenge me on this information? Let's debate. But it's always some excuse with you, Reggie. Now, Sarnetta and them ain't holding your hands tonight on this situation. On tonight, I don't know what they're gonna do tomorrow. But I'm saying on tonight with the Kemetic thing. I mean, with Kemetian's presentation, he the new top Kemetic teacher. Anybody that got a problem with him, you come over here and we can deal with it. And plus, they can get beat up over there too. You ain't got a problem with that. Go ahead, Kemetian.
Yeah. So basically, and I'm gonna close this out real quick. But like I said, what I'm trying to emphasize, family, and I want to make sure y'all understand this before I leave. Like I said, this Ptolemaic hieroglyphs were created, to hide the truth behind the alphabet in ancient Kemet. You know what I mean? Remember, these things were created after the conquest of Alexander the Great. The word cryptography is where I close out at with this definition, family. Cryptography, by definition, is the study of secure communication techniques that allow only the sender and the intended recipient of a measure to view its contents. The term is derived from the Greek word kryptos, which means hidden. And so I'm telling you that they hid the hieratic language on the Ptolemaic hieroglyphs. And Reggie don't know what he talking about because he teaching Ptolemaic hieroglyphs. You know what I mean? And don't know nothing about the hieratic. Don't know nothing about the Demotic. Don't know nothing about the Coptic. So how can he teach you anything Kemetically? If you want to really see this stuff in detail, family, I got lessons. I'm talking about 7 whole lessons where I'm teaching the hieratic
Right.
to our Moorish kin. I got 7 lessons where I'm teaching, the Demotic, where I'm teaching, the Coptic. Go to my page and you'll see the whole breakdowns on it, family.
So why was he offended that because you say you're a Moor, that you was teaching the ancient Kemetic or trying to decipher the language the way it should be and not the way
I
it was
wasn't even
practiced?
talking about language, Judah, in the beginning. I was just giving the history. Remember the subject matter, as we did. We listened to it. You'll see. Listen.
What I'm showing you more has been hiding from you, bro. That some of them don't even know this. I'm giving you what came through me. I just showed you the book where my chairman put it in his book. I gave you the breakdown.
Another question. Another question. So you say another question. Just another question. So you said black is death.
That's right, according to the spiritual science.
You heard what I said,
okay,
right?
Great. So we're on Earth, and so we use our senses as humans as best as we can. So you do know that 90% of the of matter is dark matter or black matter, right? And black energy. You know that, right? Outside of our senses.
Dark energy.
So it's 90%. Is 90% of matter. Is 90% of matter in the universe is black matter, right? And
you heard me say black according to spiritual science is death, and this boy trying to argue with me about dark matter and dark energy. He don't comprehend what's being said when you reach it.
And black energy combined.
Listen to me.
How is black equivalent to death?
That ain't got nothing to do with spiritual.
I ain't never heard no black.
But see, the apostle should have just been quiet for a minute because I heard you say they ain't got nothing to do with, and then apostle got a louder voice, so you gonna hear him. But apostle was trying to be. I ain't knocking the apostle because he wasn't with that nonsense neither. Right. I ain't knocking the apostle.
Black matter and black energy.
I know what
No. So it's getting worse, man. It'll get worse.
Right. Right. So I'm just saying, how does black still? How does black death? How does black death?
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Look at this cat here talking about y'all crazy Reggie on point. On point. When I told him black according to spiritual science is death, and he talking about dark matter, dark energy. Come on, bro. That's totally.
Take him back to that 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and electrons bull crap.
That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about, though. You see what I'm saying? How far he is off.
Listen.
Black according to science is death. What was Prophet Noble Drew Ali referring to when he said? For one, you got black in the color of the law. If you know anything about law, according to the science of law, when you're under black code law,
now listen, I say black code law.
Letter of the law. I ain't making that up.
Yeah, but I heard you say it. Black code law.
You don't go to talk about black letter. I ain't said nothing about no black letter. Watch how you read the watch.
He in the wrong argument. He in the wrong debate.
Most teachers,
he don't comprehend.
In spiritual science, they say one's eyes is covered with a veil of darkness. That's a spiritual death, bro. You heard me say black according to spiritual science. They ain't got nothing to do with
spiritual death that happened to Adam and Eve.
Exactly.
Colors and description of what dark matter is and dark energy is. Two different things, bro. Unless you talking about dark spiritual energy, that's death. Dark spiritual energy, that's black magic, what some people like to call it.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
So let me just retort that for a second. Everybody, I'm gonna show you how pseudo is, right? So black, no, it's simple.
Who he calling pseudo?
Letter law.
He calling me pseudo.
No,
He got the audacity to call me pseudo with that garbage he kicked.
Everybody Google black letter law.
disrespectful.
See,
I'll read it for you when you're Googling it.
Google
Please
black letter
Google
law
black
now.
letter law. Because
That ain't
you
what
said
you said, right?
Black letter law now. I ain't said nothing about no black letter law, right?
Right. Now look at him. He think he's doing something, y'all.
Look at
it's
you.
law. He said it's law. So black
Look at
letter law, black letter law. Hey boy, stop cutting me off. I listen to you.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah. Now he want contention on your show that was for you today. Jealousy, envy, hate.
See, I told something.
Okay, good. I thought
Outdated.
everybody look up
Reggie?
black letter law. I'm gonna
Look
read
at
it
this
to
guy.
you, but I want to make everybody look at black letter law.
All right, Reggie.
Law, legal structures, black letter laws, or the well-established legal rules that are certain and no longer disputable.
Why are we reading this?
Letter law, black letter law, black letter law,
See how you
black letter law.
Look at this guy.
Now,
Go ahead.
black letter law.
Hey, Kemisha, go ahead. Y'all hear? I can hear Kemisha saying that.
You keep hearing me say black code law, right?
And generally well known. It is also means well-established case law and refers to the basic key components of subjects in the law. Black letter law is the best goddamn law.
Yeah.
Man, this dude a
Hey,
trip.
with that, hey, look.
We're in it right there. Though,
Yeah,
bro.
we're in it with that right there.
I'm just showing you how, this dude is
He ain't
disingenuous.
on your level, bro. That
You
is
know.
it is what it is.
This dude, every time, my problem is this, and we closing out, bro. But my problem is, bro, every time I get in their building, this dude come behind me, bro, in my tracks.
That's how you do.
Trying to come up there with that foolery. And then when I call him out, he don't want to stand up in the paint.
Right.
So Reggie, you're a coward. When you're a conscious coward is what you are. You know what I mean? And I done told you that before, so I ain't saying nothing behind your back I wouldn't tell you to your face.
Yeah, you tell him on the show.
Until you man up, I'm shutting you down next time you try to come up in one of my demonstrations, bro. You feel me? Period. Peace and love, family. We thank you.
Shalom. Shalom, Islam, Hotep, peace and blessings. One.
All
We
is
out.
well, man. Shouts out to the family.